Edison says this will improve the experience.
We're changing all the signage. We're painting everything, so it's a facelift for our fans.
The naming rights contract runs until 2032. At Echo Park Speedway, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
The Barrow County School District is requesting additional help from the county to continue paying for several school resource officers. The extra officers were hired in the wake of the Appalachia High School shooting last year, increasing the number to 25. The school district and the county currently split the salaries, but that arrangement expires this month. And unless there are changes, the number of officers could be reduced back to 12 July 1st. This will be up for discussion at tonight's school board meeting. The man accused of killing a Roswell police officer earlier this year enters a not guilty plea.
Appearing before Fulton County Superior Court Judge Eric Dunaway, Edward Espinoza enters a plea of not guilty on allegations that he shot 24-year-old Roswell police officer Jeremy Labonte multiple times at a plaza on Market Boulevard in February. He's charged with murder, felony murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and possession of a weapon during the commission of a felony. Labonte was responding to a suspicious person call outside Ace Pickleball Club when he approached Espinoza and was shot and killed. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
Stone Mountain Mayor Beverly Jones says she did nothing wrong and was just doing her job when she asked Truist Bank to remove former employees of the city from the city's bank account.
My purpose and my sole purpose was going there was to take them off the signature card.
She says she did not remove current employees and does not know who did. Some council members believe she may have abused her authority as mayor. The new Atlanta Public Schools budget calls for cutting more than 100 positions in the district. APS says it's eliminating what it calls redundancies in an effort to address the district's financial needs. The 135 jobs to be cut from central office will save $25 million. It is now 3:03. The Von Hessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, Alex Williams.
Hey, Bill, got some better news in DeKalb County. Crash cleared off to the right shoulder. All lanes are open. I-20 westbound, Candler Road exit 65. Also, all lanes are reopened in Dorville. That police activity is cleared up. Peachtree Boulevard just north of 285. Everything moving in again in both directions. Getting slower into downtown, southbound. Delays start around the 85-400 merge, but really bunch up from 17th Street on 75-85 south down toward I-20. And on the south side, 75 southbound had a stall clear in Stockbridge at Hudson Bridge Road, exit 224. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Mostly sunny, hazy today, high 86, lows tonight in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with rain showers moving in from the southeast through the afternoon, high 84. Thursday, partly cloudy, highs in the mid-80s.
Right now, it's 84 in Brookhaven, 83 in Decula, also 83 in Locust Grove. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, hour one of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. This is a place where even we know there's a hurricane season, unlike the head of FEMA. My name is Tim Andrews. I am your doctrinaire. I guess I'm not going to say in charge because that would make Jared upset. So I'm sitting in Eric's chair. Eric is on vacation this week. We also have Autumn Fisher, the man behind the glass. Hi, Autumn. Don't speak until you're addressed and allowed to speak.
Well, you did address me.
Well,
so
I didn't address you. I just said your name.
Okay.
So pipe down, woman.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. The man
Go
behind
back to my popcorn.
Yes, go ahead. And Minecraft. The man behind the glass, George Clark. Your open mics on the WSB radio app. And, oh, yes, of course, Jared Yamamoto.
Judging by that kind of language there, I'd say, Tim, you are definitely in charge, sitting there in the big chair and
Shut your mouth, all of you. Shut up.
You don't speak unless I address you.
Yes.
I'd say you're definitely in control. And, hey, you know what? We learned something yesterday.
What did we learn yesterday?
From the listeners. So not only did we, we've had the Albany argument for a long time here on the show, but there's a new one.
Oddly, only when we're in the studio and Eric isn't here.
Yes, it tends to come up a lot, right?
Yes.
But we were mentioning yesterday, and the open micers were very helpful, by the way.
They
are.
are.
Very, very helpful, that there are a lot of European capital cities that are throughout
That's
the city.
my impression of Autumn.
Am I doing that? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I've got popcorn.
I know. Autumn's
I'm
eating
sorry. I didn't know you
popcorn.
could hear it. That was so embarrassing.
we talked about yesterday in the state.
Can the dog bark? I'd rather the dog bark.
So sorry. Can we start over?
No.
Yeah, you got some asthma going on
I'm just messing with you. Go ahead,
No,
Jen.
I had popcorn, and I guess I'm like, I'm getting it out of my teeth, and I'm breathing.
Stop breathing.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yesterday, we brought up how there in the state of Georgia, you have a lot of cities named after European capitals, like Athens, Rome, Dublin, you name it. And we brought up Cairo, Georgia, but apparently that's not how you say it, guys.
Okay, Jared, that's not Cairo in Georgia. It is Cairo.
Cairo, and I'm like, okay, there's no way. I figured that one open micer was going to be by themselves, Tim.
Cairo.
But
Jared Yamamoto. I'm listening to the podcast, and you talked about a town called Cairo, Georgia, and that is not what they call it. It's called Cairo. What? And
I had no
that's
idea.
dumb. It's 1:16 p.m. on Tuesday. It's hot outside and traffic on 85 in or around exit 40.
Thanks for that update. Listen, they named their town after corn syrup. Cairo. Cairo syrup.
Cairo syrup.
By the way, Cairo or whatever is not a European capital. It is an African capital.
That's true. That's
in
true.
The country of Egypt.
It's true.
All right, smarty pants.
Mediterranean. Excuse me.
Mediterranean. Well, it is. Yes, of
Yes,
course.
it is.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So, well, thank you for that update. Y'all pronounce things crazy down here.
That's right.
In the South.
That's right.
Like I used to call it Dacula. And I was told
It is tequila.
Oh no, I used to call it Dacula.
Dacula.
Because I always thought of Dracula.
Dahlonega always gets mispronounced too.
How do people mispronounce Dahlonega?
Dahlonega and stuff. I've heard people mess that one up that are not from Georgia.
Yeah, people are dumb.
Wow.
Aren't they? People who aren't from here.
Yeah,
Not us.
That's right. Delta goes both ways. Autumn's breathing hard. Let's do this.
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening.
Come on, Jared, tell me what's happening.
Now, Jared, I know you're going to tell us what's happening, but I can't believe that I saw the headline and I had to go look it up for myself. I don't even know the guy's name. I'm just so perplexed by this. But the head of FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agency, didn't know that we had a hurricane season in this country. So he's picking the best and the brightest.
Oh, yes, that's right. Only the best.
Tell me what's happening, or us.
Atlanta Motor Speedway has been renamed Echo Park Speedway under a new 7-year, multi-million-dollar partnership with Echo Park Automotive.
Okay, what is Echo Park Automotive? I've never seen an Echo
Like a
Park.
big used car company.
I know there's a city in California, or maybe they call it Eco Park.
No, they call it Echo Park.
I know, I'm making a joke.
Oh, sorry. I mean, ow.
What are you, my wife?
Oh, my God. So, I don't know what. I feel good today. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe it's all that popcorn you've been jamming down your gullet.
Chicka pop.
Chicka pop. Yeah, hey, no free plugs on the TV.
Oh, I
monitor.
mean,
Yeah.
generic pop.
Generic popcorn. So they've taken it over. It's no longer Atlanta Motor Speedway.
That's correct.
I saw that they had a big reveal. They had all this green smoke, which must be the logo
That's
color for Echo Park. And I thought there was a new Pope of Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Basically is now, yes. So
The governor was down there, right?
Yes, he was, and he was very proud of the moment.
In 26, we've got the Super Bowl coming back. We have the Final Four coming back. We had the college football championship last year. We're going to be the new home to U.S. Soccer. We just had an incredible Masters golf tournament. We got the SEC championship football, Peach Bowl, and obviously the College Football Hall of Fame. It's an honor for the First Lady and I to be here in Henry County back at the Speedway.
We also got the bowling championships coming up, badminton, pickleball. You name a sport, we got the championship, the ping pong tournament, and everything you could possibly think of.
You're very proud of this moment there here, Governor Kemp.
I've never been happier to be the governor of the state of Georgia than I am today, knowing there's a multi-million-dollar 6 or 7, I forget.
It's a 7-year deal there, Governor
7-year
Kemp.
deal. Well, you know, there's lots of deals, and we got Echo Park, whoever they are, taking over Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Now, I don't remember you being there when SunTrust changed to Truist or when any of these others, the Georgia
I've never
Dome.
been happier to see a bank change its name to something that no one has any idea what it means. SunTrust, well, you can trust the sun. I don't know what Truist means, but I like it. There's a lot of crazy bank names, and they put them on everything these days.
That is right. They do that. But I feel like this is, Governor Kemp, this is not something that's unusual in the sporting world. You always see stadiums that are named after some company, and they end up signing a deal, and they change after
the Massengill Arena, downtown Atlanta. We welcome Massengill and their multi-million-dollar investment into our places.
Well, I'm glad that you were down there to represent Georgia. Strange that you were down there. I guess because I had, number one, I had no idea that Atlanta Motor Speedway was 66 years old. I did not realize it was that old. And the fact that it had never changed names, I guess that's part of the history of it.
I think that's cool when you keep the name.
I agree.
People are going to call it Atlanta Motor Speedway for the entire duration of this.
Why do they have to change everything just because they have a sponsor?
Well, they get paid a ton of money for it.
Yeah, they get a lot of money.
It's like,
well, they can make
you know
repairs and repave the track. They don't have to. They can just do all sorts of things down there with all that money.
But what's weird is that, like, I know what SunTrust, or I know what Truist is. You know what I mean? I know what that is.
What does it mean?
Well, I don't care what it means. It means it's a bank.
I know you know what it means. I know you recognize that it's a bank and that they took over SunTrust. But what does it even mean? These words, like they're like pharmaceutical drugs. You don't know what the names mean.
It's some conglomeration, right, of two things. But it's more like, I'm not going to switch my banking institutions because I enjoy Truist Park.
Because you enjoy the Braves? You're not going to switch over there?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's not encouraging, and it's ruining the legacy of a place because it changes its name and it's dull, like what you're saying, Tim.
Listen, if I go to that park, if I go to the amphitheater that's in Sandy Springs, I still call it Chastain. When I go to the amphitheater that's on the south side, I still call it Lakewood. I still call State Farm Phillips Arena.
Oh, how dare you?
Because I'm old.
Well, Phillips, you're still going with
I call it that too.
Yeah, I call it the Omni.
Well, maybe this will sway Autumn, because adding to the excitement here, it says not only will the name change happen, but the Speedway is going to receive a nearly new Echo Park Chevy Silverado and a trailer featuring a rare 85th anniversary motorcycle, Rally Limited Edition Harley David motorcycle. How about that? That's pretty cool.
I don't know what any of that is.
Yeah, and what is that? They're going to have it on display?
Yeah,
or does
they'll have it on
everybody in the city
display
get to
and-
ride
Wow,
on
I
it?
get to see a car.
and a motorcycle.
I thought it was
Wow.
cool. I thought it was cool that Governor Kemp got to do a couple laps around the Speedway in a car down there. That was pretty cool.
That is cool.
That's the only reason why I showed up.
That's right.
To Jared's point, like, why were you there? This happens frequently.
I got a free ride in a NASCAR.
And I'm sure he probably feels so free now that he's not running for Senate. So he probably is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna.
Well, I think he would have done it regardless.
You think so? Even if you're running for Senate?
Yeah.
Irregardless.
What?
Irregardless.
Isn't it regardless? Why are you throwing
It is. Just because I was doing the wrong thing.
Oh,
I wanted to
okay.
correct you to the wrong thing.
Thank you. I feel better now. Irregardless of that fact. Irregardless of that fact. Yeah, I think you would have done it. It's good for it's actually good. They get an infusion of money.
Yeah, and until gambling is legalized in the state of Georgia.
Well, that'd be a great place for a casino.
Atlanta Motor Speedway is an excellent place for gambling to happen. And until they do that, they've got to find other ways to keep the revenue coming in. Because at one point, I remember when there was a music festival down there, and one of the organizers for the race, or like it was one of the races, said there were more people at the music festival that was down there.
When was that? Because I went to one in the
Years
90s.
ago.
I went to one in the 90s down there. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So Sugar Ray was the pinnacle of my concert-going experience.
Sugar Ray down
Oh,
in
yeah,
Atlanta
they're so
too.
good. Hi. Oh, God, they could build it. What do you think will be legal in the state first? THC, like normal, where you could walk into a dispensary and buy, grass, or gambling?
Gambling
You think
for
so?
sure. I think that especially
Gambling brings more revenue.
Well, I know that this is not about Atlanta Motor Speedway necessarily, but if you look at like the Gulch in downtown, like what they're building down there with the new, they're going to build a new entertainment venue. They're basically revamping the old CNN Center, and they're calling it the Center now. There's all this opportunity now to make that a sports book in the future.
Well, sports betting is legal online, even though it's not legal here. I don't know if you can get around it with a VPN. But what do you think the future is? Will all gambling be online, like you'll just do slots online or play poker or anything like that, and
No.
the physical casino won't be there?
I think that people like going to the casino because of the feel of it. Like there's just
Autumn
something...
takes a bus to the casino with all of her senior friends, and then they do nickel slots all day.
I mean, I think that in the South, because there is a stigma with gambling, I wouldn't be surprised if it moved to just online first before they started building brick and mortar places.
And also,
because then it seems like more niche or something, right? For it to be online.
Yes, and one of the big pushbacks against legal gambling in a lot of states is that states have lotteries. And when you open a casino or you allow unrestricted casino building or gambling, you take money out of the pockets of the lottery people. I know that was a problem in Pennsylvania. And in New York State, I'm not sure exactly where, but I think in New York State, unless it's on a reservation, a Native American reservation, that the state gets all the revenue and the lottery controls it. I'm not sure about that, but I think so. Because when there's a casino in New York State near where I grew up, and it's a racetrack, like a horse track.
Sure.
And when you go in, they have like 25 lottery machines, so you could buy scratch-offs or you could gamble in the casino. So
I think that
I just go there for my scratchers.
I think that having that is a good thing, and I feel
Why?
like just because I'm a big believer in people being able to freely choose what they want to do.
Oh yeah, that's a very libertarian frame of mind.
It's a very libertarian frame of mind, and also too, like, I'm sorry, like everyone. I mean, the second I land in Arizona or Nevada, the gambling apps that I have, they immediately open up, and I'm suddenly
Give us your money. Give us your money. Give us your money.
Yeah, they're like, okay, and I'm sorry, I'm a responsible gambler. Like I wouldn't even put myself in a gambler category because of how little I do it as it is now. But I certainly enjoy it, and it's fun. And I think that if you want to draw more people downtown, for example, I think a sports book would definitely help downtown. Putting it there in between State Farm Arena.
You got to have
Mercedes-Benz.
parking. You got to have parking.
And I think parking will get better, and also the transportation around there is getting better. But also, Atlanta Motor Speedway has a ton of parking.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, put it down there.
Or excuse me, Echo Park Speedway.
Now I know that
has a lot of parking.
You say that you're a responsible gambler, and
Yes.
there are responsible. Like Autumn has this philosophy. I have this philosophy. You go in, and when you spent or lost what you brought with you, you leave, right? You
Absolutely.
You don't like.
I always
go
say,
get a
and
same
you didn't lose
Yes.
if you spent all your money. You
Right.
have spent $100. Like you walk in with $100 because you're there to spend that $100 no matter what happens.
And I think that if you have that proclivity to, I don't know, go into debt because you're gambling, you would do that irregardless of whether there is a casino.
There you go.
I 100%. I think that the nice thing is if you know that you're going to go in there, especially with an amount like $100.
Yeah.
If you stay in there long enough to get 4 drinks and your money's gone, great.
All right,
You know
the
what?
drinks
That's
are
what-
free.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Not
Like,
everywhere.
Oh,
If
okay.
you go there and you get 4 air quote free drinks and you
Mhm.
spend $100, and hey, look at that. That's a pretty.
That's
good.
right. You've walked in. The price to walk in is $100.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, and
I
that's
got-
what you've spent.
And I
That's it.
played games. I had fun, and I got
Right.
4 drinks out of it.
And
Great.
go to the
It's a win.
bank on the way to the casino and get the money out of that ATM so you're not spending $20 on the ATM
Absolutely.
fee. Those ATM fees are ridiculous. Somebody ought to do something about that.
They should. I think there should be laws.
There's no laws if you're gambling. What's another $20?
That's right. Hey, just keep on throwing the money at it.
Yes, I love that when you drive. Have you driven up 85 and gone to South Carolina or North Carolina?
Oh, yeah.
There's, I think it's in Kings Mountain, like right before you get to South Carolina. There's a casino that you can pull off the exit. It's like a giant trailer, and it's just filled with slot machines. And of course, the only thing missing inside of it are ashtrays because you can't smoke anywhere anymore. And that's another thing that you should be able to do in a casino if you're going to spend
No.
all your money. Well, they
Stinky.
should have a room where you can do that and a room where you can't. But anyway,
They do.
But well, not in this place. You have to go outside. But it's just like there's signs for it. Casino, 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 and then you just go there, and I never see anybody happy in there. Everybody looks dour, and I've never won anything in there. So
We got to go to the happy casinos, the ones that are a little more upscale.
I think if there's no competition, then if there isn't one right next to the other, then it's not going to pay out. I always say if there's more, like you go to Biloxi, there's more than one casino.
Sure, or Vegas.
Yeah, but you go to a place where there's only one casino, yeah, they got you.
Okay,
They got you by the you-know-what.
That is a good
that makes
philosophy to
sense.
live by. I like that, Tim.
Yes, but I don't really like to gamble all that much anyway. So slot machines are fun. You get all the bells and whistles and the noises, and then you're
That's
done.
the only reason why I go. I would like to play something like blackjack, but I get like too nervous when I'm playing that I'm going to make a mistake, or like in the way that I'm going to make a mistake where I do something that normally someone who knows how to play wouldn't do,
Oh,
and then
people
I've
get mad at
taken the
you.
card. Yeah, I've like taken the card that the person next to me would have gotten if I hadn't. Yeah, like you're not ever supposed to, hit on 7-15 or whatever. It's
You
like,
hit
"Ah,
on
if I don't-"
15?
I'm just saying if I did something like I'm afraid.
What a
You know what I
dummy.
mean?
You
Anyway.
always stay on 15.
I double down on 17.
That's right. Let's go.
Wouldn't that be funny, though, if you won and you double down on
That would be
17?
great.
I do like to
You gotta
play
look
poker.
at the other person real hard.
I like to play Hold'em, Texas Hold'em. That's fun to play, but I'm not a big, I'm not going to waste a lot of money on it.
Yeah, go in for a couple rounds, and then after that, I'm good.
It's just intimidating to me.
Why? Because there's always those weirdos who, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to put my sunglasses on and put my little, you know what I bring? I bring a metallic model of a cannon. This actually happened to me. Remember when, it was like 20 years ago, online or TV poker made it fun to go to all these bars would have poker nights.
Sure.
So we would go, and I was in this tournament one night, and I was at a table with a guy, and he put on these, the sunglasses you put on, and when they're on, you look like you have lizard eyes. And then he would put his little cannon on his cards, and I was like, this is stupid. I just want to fold and get out of here.
A cannon on his card? It was like a little totem for himself?
Yes, it was like everybody has their little knickknacks that they bring.
Sure, it's
Yeah.
almost like a Monopoly piece or something like that, right? Like that kind of size.
It was bigger than that, but yes.
Okay.
It was
I
like the
follow.
Monopoly cannon, except this one was bronze.
Okay.
But that's always what
That's what they do at bingo. Everybody has their little like
token.
lucky things. Yeah.
You go to bingo, you're not 60.
I have been to bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really kind of sad.
Bingo.
It would be just like the oldest people
I know.
in there and just spending their money.
Your little dauber and your 18 cards in front of you.
Yeah. And then they all also get this thing. I don't even know what it is. It's like something that like you pull apart and they do it so fast. Like they know what they're doing. It's like it's almost like a scratch off, I think. But
Oh,
it's
I know
like
what
with
you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah. And there's like,
Yep. I didn't win. Give me 10 more.
yeah, it's weird.
I don't know. Gambling, listen, I have that feeling like if you want to do it, you should be able to do it. And if a company wants to open a place, you should be able to do it. But I don't like unrestricted gambling. Like on the phone, it's dangerous. It is really dangerous because if you're compulsive, you're going to blow all your money.
Yeah, I mean, and I get notifications all the time.
Yep, that's the other thing. Come-ons.
From the various, but I mean, I've just gotten so. To me, it becomes noise. I'm like, okay, I just
For you.
I get rid of it. I know. I realize I'm not the case. It's not going to happen like that for everybody else. But I would not pass a law saying that you can't have that kind of gambling like that because I think that there are more responsible people than non-responsible.
I think
people
in
out
order
there.
to have a gambling app, you should have at least $100,000 in your bank account verified. And if you go below
Whoa.
50, that'll shut off.
Wow.
But-
All right. That's
but I
man,
wanna play.
my goodness.
Well, I
want to be able to play too.
talking about
Yeah,
sports books
geez.
online.
Mr. Richman over here.
Yeah, well, that leaves me out. So
Is that why you need it?
Yes, I need it, and then I won't
Like,
gamble.
please stop.
So I
that
think
gambling.
I think that all being said, I think that's why Atlanta Motor Speedway went with the sponsorship for 7 years, so that way they got an influx of cash. They only have 2 races per year.
Well, they have other events there.
Very select events down there.
Don't
And
they have that giant flea market there?
I'm not sure if that still exists. I
See,
know
I'm
what you're
more
talking about.
interested in that.
I remember what you're talking about. Though. I remember the advertising for that, and
I think they still do have that.
We should look up.
think we've-
George,
yeah.
find out what other events, and we don't have time for it now, but find out what other events they have there because 2 races, I mean, that's pretty cool, and that brings
Yeah.
a lot of money. But there has to be other things going on there.
one coming up at the end of the month too.
Hot Air Balloon Festival.
Okay, that's not going to bring in a lot of money.
13th.
Yeah.
We got the Peachtree chapter of the BMW Club Autocross.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Street Whips on June 8th.
Okay, so they got a lot of stuff going on down there.
Got some stuff going on. Dukes and Boots Southern Soul and R&B Festival.
That sounds like a blast.
There we go. Dukes and Boots.
Get your fans out.
They should have a big baseball card show down there.
You should start one.
I don't care about
You
it.
can host it.
I might
Hey,
go.
welcome to the big good.
Hey, it's Tim Andrews here for WSB. We got the big ass baseball card show. Mark Aram didn't want to come, and he's a big baseball card collector. But you got me here, and I'll be not buying anything because they're too expensive.
In November, you
Hi,
can go to
Tim.
the Teen Driving Academy.
The what?
Teen Driving Academy.
Yeah, I don't need to go to that.
No? Okay.
What, Autumn?
Don't go to that.
Make friends.
I didn't know how to drive. I need help. I'm a teenager.
Every car down there has that sticker on it, student driver.
Student driver.
Everybody's looking at TikTok while they're trying to drive.
Yeah.
I'm a dumb girl and don't know how to drive.
Hey, listen, you guys knock on these on the Gen Zers and their driving ability. I'm telling you, they grew up with the phone in their hand. They are decent drivers out there.
They could record promo videos while they're driving.
They
to
can
promote their radio show.
They can. They can find any way.
It's. I don't think it's necessarily about them looking at their phones. I think it's more that they are children, and you know, just like I was, and I got in more accidents as a younger person than I ever have now. And it's because I'm a kid.
Ask me how many accidents I've been in.
Oh, well, mister, I don't get in accidents.
Don't
and
jinx
I never
it.
skip a day at work.
Don't jinx it.
0.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah, knock on wood.
The Guaranteed Offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate the hassle this summer. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home and skip the hassle of constant cleaning and costly repairs. There's no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Our guaranteed offer keeps you in control. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
This is Scott Slade, and nothing takes the place of time when it comes to spotting problems with your health, especially cancer. The earlier, the better. That's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual imaging's LDCT whole body scan can be invaluable, giving you more time for you and your loved ones to take charge of your health. They can detect tumors as early as precancerous virtually anywhere in your body, and aneurysms you may not even know are there. Due to overwhelming demand for a limited time, their $995 body scan offer at Virtual Imaging has been extended. It's a $2,495 value. Early detection saves lives, and now it's more affordable than ever. Virtual Imaging has gotten such great response to this offer that they've opened up more times in both offices, but appointments will fill up fast, so don't wait. Some minimum requirements may apply. Early detection is your best protection. To schedule your Virtual Imaging $995 body scan, call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
You know the best part about hot weather is walking into a cool, comfortable house, right? Dave Baker here for Coolray Heating and Cooling. Summer is here. Don't let HVAC problems ruin your fun. Coolray is offering up to $2,250 in rebates and free installation with the purchase of a complete home carrier system. Ready to stay cool this summer? Visit Coolray.com to book your appointment today and keep your home cool and comfortable all summer long. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
In St. Pete, Clearwater, you can chill by the crystal clear Gulf.
And stroll downtown St. Pete's galleries and murals.
And hang with the locals on the Skyway Fishing Pier.
And escape to secluded white sand beaches.
Secluded, huh?
Yeah, and they're spectacular.
And then grab a sandwich at the grouper capital of the world.
And maybe a nightcap at a rooftop bar with sunset views.
Okay, just a short drive away, you'll find just what you're looking for.
And then some.
Book your summer getaway at visitspc.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Vincent Financial. Our top local story, a big change at iconic Atlanta Motor Speedway.
3, 2, 1, lean on her!
With Governor Kemp and other dignitaries on hand, the 66-year-old racetrack in Hampton is renamed Echo Park Speedway.
We've been partners with Echo Park for quite some time, so for us, it means an extension of an already strong relationship.
General Manager Brandon Hutchison says the naming rights contract runs through 2032. A teenager is killed in a hit and run in Newton County. The 15-year-old boy was walking on Highway 36 last night when he was struck and killed. Deputies found him in the road around 10:30. Caitlin Jett with the Newton County Sheriff's Office says they do have some evidence on the vehicle involved.
I cannot speculate about the body work at this time. All we do know is that the vehicle was pearl white in color.
Anyone with information should contact the Newton County Sheriff's Office. The Clayton County School Board approves a public charter school to serve students with special needs. Board member Sabrina Hill is among those voting no, saying she has concerns about the lottery admission system used by Tapestry Public Charter School.
I'm particularly concerned that many of our families, especially those who need access to special services the most, may not have a fair opportunity for enrollment through this process.
Tapestry hopes to open in 2026. News about your health now. New studies show a link between drinking coffee and healthy aging. Dr. Feng Zhang of Tufts University was not involved in the studies, but says it is consistent with other findings showing coffee can lead to a longer life. But she says don't add too much cream or sugar.
Well, I think we need to watch what we add to coffee. Don't add too many of added sugar, saturated fat to our coffee so we can enjoy the benefits.
One study involved a large number of people followed for many years. It is now 3:32 and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, it's Alex Williams.
Got a crash in DeKalb County, Bill, 285 eastbound, the inner loop just past I-85, Spaghetti Junction, exit 33. It's in the left lane right now. Hopefully going to get it off to the right, but it's jammed up the ride back through Dorville. Heads up in Roswell, a tree has come down on power lines, shutting down Azalea Drive between Willio Road and Highway 9 South Atlanta Street. Use Highway 120 Marietta Highway as an alternate. If you're traveling downtown, you're stacked and packed southbound from the 85-400 merge, trying to make your way down to I-20. Northbound filling in from Highway 166, Langford Parkway up past Freedom Parkway, and I-20 eastbound getting a little sluggish in DeKalb through the work zone, leaving Wesley Chapel out into Lithonia. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upward. Sunny skies, though hazy today, with a high of 86. Lows tonight in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, starting off partly cloudy, but rain showers arrive in the afternoon, high 84. Thursday, partly cloudy, highs in the mid-80s.
Right now, it's 85 in Snellville, 86 in Ackworth, and 84 in Hampton. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Spring storms can produce flash flooding with heavy rain flowing around your house and into your crawl space. And rainwater trapped in there will provide the perfect breeding ground for mold. Hey, this is Christina Epwords. Mold not only produces that stale, musty smell, but it can also impact the air quality in your home. But call my friends at American Crawl Space Solutions. They will encapsulate your crawl space, keeping it dry and preventing mold from forming. AmericanCrawlSpaceSolutions.com, your best value for crawl space repair.
American Crawl Space Solutions. Foundations too.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now, 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
With Orchard, you can buy your new home before selling the old one and get paid twice. Cash up front now, more cash when it sells. Get started at Orchard.com. Get paid twice. Orchard.com.
Jared, you said we're getting open mics.
Yes, we are. A lot of feedback about Echo Park Speedway, the new name for Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Hello.
I'd never heard of the name Echo Park until this last Saturday. I actually bought my 17-year-old daughter a car from there. They're basically like a CarMax. But I have to say the experience was great with them. So rock on. Glad I helped pay for the new name at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Well, there's someone who's happy.
But not everybody's happy.
Hey, WSB. Echo Park? Man, people are going to avoid going there now just because of the name. Nobody who's looking forward to going to AMS wants to be affiliated with anything eco. Hey, I'm going to go to the EP, man. Man, what happened? Yeah, let's go to AMS. Yeah, I'm going to go to the EP. Deuces.
It's EPS, right?
I guess it is EPS.
Yeah.
But we're not.
Like
Go
a
ahead.
weird Bob Dylan.
I don't like Echo Park. I'd rather go to AMS. AMS.
Now, I think of all the open mics, this next open mic at least answers the question we put out there.
Hey, WSB. Just wanted to fill you in on some of the events around on the Atlanta Motor Speedway. They always do drag races on Friday nights. And the flea market you're discussing, I don't know if they have a flea market at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, but there is one right down the road called Sweetie's Flea Market. Hope that helps. Thanks.
Aw, thanks.
Oh, we have Sweetie right here. How you doing, Sweetie? How's your flea market?
Hey, y'all.
Yeah? Tell us a little bit about your flea market while we have you.
All right. Well, I got a whole table full of shoes.
Mhm.
That person comes to sell shoes. I also have some of those old timey pencil sharpeners. You know, you've seen classroom. I got a big old basket of those.
Sweet. Do you have tools that are that will probably break after you buy them?
Oh, I've got a whole bin of rusty tools that I think were waterlogged at some point, but they're still good.
Now, listen, these are new tools, but they're from they're not made in America, obviously. They're going to fall apart.
Well, we got them too, but
Okay.
they're pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, they all have like rubber stuff on the end, so you can hold them real good. They're
Yeah.
grippy. I also have a lot of chopsticks. Now, I don't know what we could do with these. We could probably I wouldn't use them to eat, but you could probably put them in your garden. Maybe put a little sign on the top saying basil and these are rose. These my rose garden. Something you could put a little sign.
All right. Thanks, Sweetie. Next time you're going to have to buy an ad.
Welcome, y'all.
Now, for
I
the-
hope y'all see you this weekend.
Now, Sweetie, at your flea market, one more question. For the kids, do you have like a little flea circus where the fleas are all doing all the different acrobatics?
You are so funny, Jared. You know we don't have fleas. Oh, come on.
Okay. I had to
The
ask
only
the
thing that has fleas is my ex-husband's dog. And I'm talking about his girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'm bad, y'all. I'm bad.
Sweetie, you are bad.
I'm bad.
You don't.
Anyway, she's real nice.
You don't really need flea markets anymore, thanks to Temu.
That's true.
Because Temu is where you get all I see that you can order from Temu like a car or a truck or a pickup truck or a house. These little mini homes. Yeah. Now, could you imagine you order that and you put it up in your backyard and you're like, I'm going to go live in this house that I bought off of Temu. How safe would you feel in a house that you bought from Temu? Or a
you can
pickup
buy a
truck?
house from Amazon.
Yeah. Okay. You used to be able to buy houses from Sears.
That's right.
They were called
those
Craftsman,
houses.
but they were made in America. Now. That's what I'm talking about.
Amazon, I trust. At least I know I can return it. Temu,
Same
I
thing.
do not trust.
Return a house.
Yeah. Yeah, this house. Well, can you come pick it up? I can't rebox it.
You pull up to the UPS store with like
With a
tons
house.
of equipment with the house.
Or better yet, you order the house, you put it together, then you tell Amazon that it didn't arrive, so they send you another one, and then you
Keep
can
that
move
one.
your mother-in-law back there.
That would be perfect. Yeah, exactly. Have a whole compound of Amazon houses.
I didn't get the other one either. I'm building my own neighborhood.
I wouldn't mind, like, if I had a piece of land or something, I would try the Amazon house, get a loan for like $20K, buy an Amazon house, put it together myself.
Is that how much
It'd be
they
kinda
are?
Interesting. They're not crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
don't
don't
know
you
how
already
they
have
do
to have, like, the sewage and all that stuff hooked up, electricity?
Probably.
Unless you want to live off the grid.
I'm seeing some for it looks like 39,000.
How big are they?
It doesn't look that big here. It looks like one of those tiny homes.
$40K, 2-story, portable, expandable, prefab house. Yeah.
I'm going to need a basement.
Oh, you
I
look
got
pretty big.
I got to have a finished basement.
You can get
You can dig all that up yourself.
Make a cellar
That's right.
out of rocks.
You can get a mobile pop-up tiny house container home with 2 bedrooms and 1 full bath. $10,500.
We're all going to be living in those. They're going to be stacked on it. It's going to be like Ready Player One. We're all going to live in these things. And, you'll open the window to go to the bathroom, I guess. We're all going to live in, what do they call those places in Brazil where all the houses are stacked? Favelas?
Favelas.
What is it?
Favela.
Yeah, that's how we're all going to live. We'll all be pushed in the city while Bill Gates and his buddies have all the farmland.
You just need enough room to use your VR headset.
Yeah, you won't have to leave the house.
And then you can be happier because you'll spend your life in the VR headset instead of the surroundings that you're in, the slum.
Yeah, that's right. And hopefully you'll be able to gamble so Jared won't have any problems.
Sweet.
Yes.
We have any, what other stories are buzzing?
Well, since Governor Kemp was down at the Speedway earlier.
It's an honor for the First Lady and I to be here in Henry County back at the Speedway.
To honor the name change from Atlanta Motor Speedway to Echo Park Speedway, I wonder if he's going to be at the grand opening for the whopping 110,000 square foot pickleball facility that's coming to Atlanta. It's the largest in the United States, and it's coming to the West Side.
Where?
It's going to be on the West Side, so it's going to be off English Avenue.
Off of English Avenue, it's the best pickleball stadium or whatever you call it in the entire United States, and I'm proud to be here and have it open. And I know that sometimes pickleball causes middle-aged and older people to get in fights. I recommend you don't fight because you just don't look good on TikTok, and people are going to make fun of you. So just go out and play pickleball. I'm going to play pickleball, and don't get in any fights because I tell you, you go viral and you look like a dummy.
I think Marty and the kids are already playing pickleball right now.
I hear them back there right now playing pickleball. Whole family can play pickleball. You get the pickle out and you hit it with a paddle, and then the other person on the other side.
You don't do it with a pickle.
You don't do it with a pickle? What do you do it with? A pickle ball. It's a ball made out of pickles.
No, not really. It's almost like a wiffle ball.
Why do they call it pickleball?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Do you know?
Oh, we have the expert.
The popcorn
Queen of
eater.
Trivia knows the answer.
Yeah,
got popcorn mouth over there. Go ahead.
Popcorn Polly. It's because the person who created it or started it, I think that their dog's name was Pickle.
Oh, so it has absolutely nothing to do with pickles. I thought maybe the ball had I don't know, that looked like a pickle. It was green and it was bumpy, crunchy, salty.
No, it's definitely like a wiffle ball, like what Autumn's talking about. I played it one time and I was okay
I
at
took
it.
lessons for a while.
Did you real lessons?
Really?
Well, it was it wasn't like, I have to learn. It was I didn't know the rules, and you get all together and you learn how to play.
How much did you pay for that?
I don't know. It wasn't expensive. It was through the little,
One
thing.
pickle.
You could just, watch a YouTube
cost
video.
me
Yeah, one pickle. Pickled egg.
One pickle. But it also brought people together to play, right?
Yeah.
So we were all there to learn how to play, and then we all played.
My
It was
favorite
fun.
thing about playing pickleball is when you get hot and thirsty, they have pickle brine you can drink. And
It's the only thing you're allowed to drink.
That's right. It cools you off.
Get a pickleback shot afterward.
They're
too.
building a
That's right.
pickleball place in Tucker, I think, or unless they shot it down, that was full steam ahead. And people were complaining about that because apparently it's loud.
It's very loud.
It is not very loud.
Sounds loud
It's
to
a
me.
normal sound.
The problem
What
is
does tennis sound like?
when it's indoor.
Especially with all that, with that overt.
Okay.
Like,
Okay, but pickleball is
Hope
basically
not everybody does that.
Pickleball. The sound of it is basically a hybrid sound of racquetball and tennis. So racquetball is way louder. I'll
Yeah, but that's
I
inside.
don't understand people's definition of loud. It is not loud. You're
racquetball
outdoors,
is so
A.
loud.
Racquetball's inside.
That's what I'm saying.
It's inside and it's echoey and you're squeaking. This is like this is just tennis.
All right. Pickleball sounds like ping pong.
It's close to ping pong, but it's louder than ping pong. I would say if you had it,
not louder.
it is
Way louder than ping pong.
It's louder.
But
What
you
do you know, Tim? You've never seen it.
I've seen online the videos of people,
I
old
saw
white
an
guys getting into
article.
fights.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is true. People get
That's
way
loud.
too,
I know.
way too
Fighting.
competitive. You see people in their 60s out there,
Yeah,
yelling at
fighting
each other.
each
It's
other.
like, what are you doing? It's pickleball, dude.
The guy hit
You know
a-
why? Because they're all from, they're all, boomers or the silent generation. They've never learned how to deal with their problems. So like their anger that they feel towards their dad, now they're going at Jim for messing up their pickleball game.
The young people. I mean, is it a good investment? Young people play pickleball.
Some do play.
Is it a huge thing with the Gen Z?
I know that there
Yeah.
are.
So why build this big place?
No, because people are old and they think like this kind of had its day. I think and people are still doing it, right?
Yeah.
But like the fad of it, I
Mhm.
think was a couple like 2 years
There
ago.
is a whole bar here in Atlanta called the Painted Pickle that is designated just for that. There are plenty of
And when is it
Gen
gonna
Zers
close?
and millennials. They'll stay open
Yeah.
because they have painted other things. They have painted duck. They have all kinds of other
What's duck?
restaurants around town.
Duck pin bowling?
But yeah, that's exactly what it is. But the pickleball one has been open for a while and it has been successful. And there are plenty of Gen Zers and millennials that are definitely playing pickleball. They're now including it in some of the leagues with like kickball and stuff like that too.
Kickball.
I totally get it. I just think when it
Yeah.
comes to being at a bar, that's different. It's like there's something to do. There's a reason to be there to drink and then also to play. It's
Well,
like
all I know,
people aren't playing
Autumn-
air hockey.
Well,
you know,
they need to open a big air hockey stadium. Autumn, all I know is that when I start playing pickleball, I'm going to go to Sweetie's Flea Market and get 3 pairs of irregular socks for $5.
That's such a good idea.
It pays to have the WSB radio app. Download it today and get ready for the Blitz.
Oh my God.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. 5 chances a day to win $5,000.
It's a Blitz.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
Your next chance to win is coming up at 5 p.m.
Oh, that's cool.
From 95.5 WSB.
Download the WSB radio app now.
We are here with CFP Matthew Decker of the Vincent Finance Group and host of Retire ATL. And Matt, you've said that income is the outcome that matters the most in retirement. But what income streams require the most attention?
Yeah, so if you've got a pension or if you're living off of Social Security, you kind of know those income streams show up in your mailbox. That's mailbox money. It's almost like you're still working, and it doesn't really require that much attention. But most people that come into the office today, they are having to use their 401ks, their IRAs, SEP Simples, 403bs that are invested in the market to generate income. And anytime you're going to use a market-linked asset where you have to go in and decide when you're going to buy and sell to generate your income, it takes a ton more effort, energy, and attention to get that piece of the puzzle right. But it doesn't actually have to be that way.
So, Matt, the number one fear of adults in retirement is outliving their money. How do we get started building income today?
Well, you can get started today. You'd call us for a no-cost, no-obligation retirement roadmap. We want to build a GPS for you that's going to help navigate retirement, and it's going to have a focus on building and preserving income. 770-280-1488. We've got a representative standing by to talk to you right now. 770-280-1488. Our home office is in downtown Woodstock, but we are available across the metro Atlanta area to meet with you at a time and place that fits your schedule. Again, 770-280-1488 or online at retireatlradio.com.
The team at Vincent Finance Group want to help preserve your assets while building retirement income that lasts as long as you do. Call today for your complimentary retirement roadmap, 770-280-1488. And you can always get more at retireatlradio.com and join us for Retire ATL Sundays at 6 p.m. right here on WSB. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
If you've been in a motorcycle accident, move swiftly to protect your rights. It's Eric Von Hessler, and I recommend Steel Horse Law, motorcycle injury lawyers who ride. They're 100% local, the only firm that's a major part of the North Georgia motorcycle community. At your next local bike night, ride, or charity event, stop by their booth and say hello. Steel Horse Law can help you get back on your feet, medical bills paid, back to work, and your case resolved. Request a free Rider's Advantage card at steelhorselaw.com.
That's you, looking at your garage door. And you're wondering, if it gets windy, just how much can this door take? 20 miles an hour? 30 miles an hour? Sure, if we get a little wind, your buddy says if you back the car up against it just right, you can probably save it. But what's your clever plan the next time we get a storm with a name? At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Storm-rated doors are built to withstand heavy winds, even if your building codes aren't there yet. It's like the door to the safe that protects your whole house. Stronger materials, heavy-duty motors and springs to handle the weight, and reinforced struts to keep it from bowing out in the wind. How do I know it won't bow? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll make sure you're prepared the next time a storm with a name comes sailing across the Gulf of Mo.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Oh, popsicle drips, muddy shoes, and summertime messes, don't let them take over your home. Call Zerorez Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Zerorez uses their ZR water technology, no dirt-attracting soaps, no harsh chemicals, just a truly clean, healthy home. Right now, take advantage of their summer sale. Get 15% off all services, that is carpets, air ducts, rugs, tile, and more, all 15% off. Just mention Chris Chandler or book now at ZeroResAtlanta.com, and yeah, they do commercial cleaning too. Zerorez, all they leave is clean.
Jared Yamamoto. I am an outside sales rep and I drive like 60, 80,000 miles a year. And I will tell you that, there's plenty of kids staring at their phones, driving like idiots out here. If you're on the road around Atlanta for anything more than 15 minutes at a time, holy crap, I'll tell you. On 16 South, on my way to Savannah, it's hot outside, 3:27 p.m.
Yeah, you do see that a lot. I see a lot of people who are driving the cars that have the temporary tag, or you see the student driver sticker on the car.
Oh, yeah.
You see them, they're looking at their phone. And they're not at the red light. They're driving. They'll pass you. They're not paying attention. They just zoom on by.
See, my whole thing is I'm not here to promote that kind of behavior, but because they've grown
you're
up
so good at it.
Well, I'm definitely a good multitasker while I drive. But I think that for the younger generation, especially because they grew up with phones, they're used to multitasking. So even though it makes the Gen Xers and the boomers upset about seeing younger people driving around with their phone in their hand, my whole point is that, look, these kids grew up with the phone in their hand, so they know how to multitask.
Yes, it's not just kids, though.
So they are paying attention.
You see people our age and older looking at their phone when they're driving,
Now
too.
that scares me.
I know, but you can't just blame it all on the young.
If I see some gray hair and I see the person looking down their phone, then I get worried.
Yeah.
That's where I draw the line.
Well, they've been driving a lot longer.
That's true.
They used to read the newspaper on the way to work.
But they didn't have the phone in their hand, though. They're not used to having
the paper in front of the. They were just, you peer over it every 2-3 minutes, make sure nothing's in front of you. Do the crossword puzzle. Women always putting on their makeup while they're driving. Right, Autumn?
Yeah, stupid ladies.
She said it, not the guy on the show. Do we have enough time for another story?
We sure do. This is from our friends upstairs on WSB TV. Atlanta is one of the top cities with most debt collection calls in the U.S. So this was
So we're broke.
Yes, we are broke here in the ATL. This was all according to a report by Number Barn, which analyzed.
Is that next to Dress Barn? Yeah, Dress Barn.
We got to be able to. Yeah, it's right next to Sweeties, exactly. You've got to be able to afford Sweeties. You got to be able to afford the Dress Barn. So you go to the Number Barn, and they took new data from the Federal Trade Commission on debt collection calls, and Atlanta was ranked #1 among all American metros.
Yeah, they call a lot for various things. So just hang up on them.
Why not?
You know who called me the other day? Columbia House. And I just laughed at him.
Whoa.
Columbia
They're still in
House?
business
No, they didn't
enough
call
to,
me the
like-
other day. They did call me in the last 5 years. I got a number. I got a just answered a random phone call and was like, yeah, this is so-and-so from such and such collections. And I said, okay. And I said, what is the problem? He goes, calling you about your Columbia House debt. And I just laughed at him. And he goes, well, this is very serious. You owe money. And I'm like, yeah, I owe money to Columbia House. I said, first of all, these were purchased probably in the 90s, and I don't know what to tell you. I never received the product, and I just kept laughing at the guy.
There you go.
And I said, let me ask you a question, sir. And he went, I go, do you have my Social Security number? And he said, well, no. And I went, okay, goodbye, and hung up. Never heard from him again.
There you go.
You don't even know what Columbia House is, do you?
I don't.
There used to be. You would get them out of the TV Guide or wherever. You could order like 12 CDs for $1.
Okay, I figured it
and
was
even
something
before that, you taped a penny to the card and you mailed it in. But anyway, you would do this for like $1. You got a bunch of CDs, and you would all you had to do was agree that once a month you would buy a CD from them at a regular price. And they always lost money on this because people never did it. So you got a stack of CDs, right? And you just never, they'd send you the first one that you didn't order. So you'd get like Celine Dion's Greatest Hits and like, oh, I don't want this. I'll go sell it at the CD store. And then they would start sending you collections. And then you would just, put somebody else's name on it, maybe your neighbor, and get home and get the mail. We had a guy in our college named Al. I won't say his last name in case he lives in Atlanta. but we would use his name all the time and just order CDs and VHS tapes and stuff. And we
His last name was Benny.
Yeah, well, it began with a B.
Benny.
Yeah, all Benny. And it was a scam, but these were all promotional things from record companies and movie companies. So you got all these things. And they didn't lose money if you didn't pay them.
So I have a question about that. So did they used to have late night infomercials for them? Because I may reckon that sounds familiar.
They moved it to that, yeah.
Okay, all right. So I think
That's different though than it's like. Than
Oh yeah, you're
those
thinking of the
ones where
Time
it's like,
Life thing. No, you had to pay for that.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
that was different.
Yeah.
When you with
Sweet
you
sounds of the 70s.
Yeah.
with you telling that
Freedom
story,
rock.
with you telling that story, I was starting to make a connection there, but I guess I never got exposed to that.
No, you did have to pay for Girls Gone Wild, Jared.
This is Scott Slade. You know who I always enjoy seeing at my door? The great people from Ragsdale Heating and Air. If you've never used Ragsdale before now, let me tell you a couple of things I know firsthand. Many of their employees have been with the company for 10, 20, even 30 years, and I've come to trust their friendly expertise for many of those years. They have a knack for finding small problems before they become big ones, like the time they found a minor clog in a condensation line that could have been trouble down the road. Now, if you're ready for a new AC system during the month of June, Ragsdale is taking up to $1,700 off a new Carrier home comfort system. And along with big savings, you'll get Ragsdale's trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty. Ragsdale's the name I know you can trust for all your plumbing, electrical, and insulation needs, too. You'll be in good company with over 10,000 reviews and a 4.9 Google rating. Schedule your visit online at ragsdaleair.com or give one of their many friendly customer service reps a call. Ragsdale, the name I know you can trust.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. If you're over 50 and tired of your wireless bill getting higher and higher, there are 4 things to consider. 1, how much data are you really using? As we get older, we use less data on our wireless phone, but you're probably still paying for an unlimited plan that was designed for 20-somethings. 2, if you see Get a Phone on Us, get your sneakers out and run the other way. No one is giving you a free phone. You are paying for that phone over time with an overpriced rate plan and a long-term commitment. 3, check the fine print on that $15 a month plan. It's probably an intro price that'll double or triple later. You might even have to pay for several months of service up front. Number 4, be aware of cable company wireless plans. Most of your usage will be on Wi-Fi instead of 5G, and your calls and battery life could suffer. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide service without the big wireless bill. Our plans start at just $20 a month.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Dave Baker here for Ben Hill Renovations. Look, I know it's important to you when you're having some additions done to your house. You want the work done with quality workmanship, on time, within your budget, and built correctly. That's why I love Ben Hill Renovations, my deck experts. Getting a new deck from Ben Hill Renovations checks all the boxes. They've been building decks for over 60 years. Every project comes with a dedicated project manager and is properly built with future county and city code requirements in mind. Plus, Ben Hill Renovations offers many options, different styles, types of wood, color, and finishes. They can also build screened-in porches, outdoor living areas, multi-story wraparounds, pretty much anything you can imagine Ben Hill Renovations can do. And they're all backed by the Ben Hill Workmanship Warranty. Set up a design consultation or swing by the new Ben Hill Renovations showroom in Douglasville and talk to one of their designers or see them on the web at bhrenovations.com. Ben Hill Renovations, creating raving fans since 1964.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
A DUI conviction could get you fired, get your license suspended, and increase your insurance rates. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. I recommend you talk to my friend George Stein, the DUI lawyer. Go to georgestein.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story hopes that a single clue will help Newton County Sheriff's investigators find a deadly hit-and-run driver. WSB Steve Summers reports live with the clue and what authorities know so far.
Yeah, Bill, investigators say the vehicle that hit and killed the 15-year-old boy was pearl white in color, but no word if they know that because the impact knocked off a piece of the bodywork. Sheriff's Communications Manager Caitlin Jett says the driver may not have seen the boy on Highway 36 near Hummingbird Lane at 10:30 at night.
He was walking on foot crossing over the roadway. There were no crosswalks.
The driver did not stop after that collision. You're asked to call the Newton County Sheriff's Office if you see a pearl white vehicle with front-end damage. Reporting live, Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
86 degrees in Atlanta. Do we see any rain tomorrow? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. This is all new this hour. A 14-year-old boy is in trouble for making online threats directed towards students and staff at Alcovy High School in Covington. The Newton County Sheriff's Office says the threat was made yesterday, even though school's been out since last month. The teen is charged with making terroristic threats and acts. The case now goes to juvenile court. The Barrow County School Board faces questions tonight about money for school resource officers.
In the aftermath of the Appalachia High School shooting, county officials allocated money to pay for additional resource officers. But county funding for these positions runs out this month. The county says money from the general fund cannot be used for this purpose due to tax exemptions for senior citizens. The school system is asking for an adjustment to the millage rate to free up money to continue to pay for the additional officers. If an agreement is not reached starting July 1st, the school system may be forced to reduce the number of resource officers from 25 to 12. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
The new Atlanta Public Schools budget calls for cutting more than 100 positions in the district. Chief Financial Officer Lisa Bracken says the 135 jobs to be cut from central office will save $25 million.
The budget mirrors the overarching theme, which is to get back to basics. Being disciplined in our decisions and our spending and focusing on the long-term sustainability of the district.
APS says it's eliminating what it calls redundancies in an effort to address the district's financial needs. New information this hour on a crash that tied up traffic on Peachtree Industrial Boulevard at I-285 in Doraville this afternoon. 3 juveniles are now under arrest. Police say it started when they stole a car used in a drive-by shooting in DeKalb County. They were later spotted by police in Brookhaven trying to break into another car. That's when police gave chase through multiple jurisdictions in North DeKalb and Gwinnett counties. The juveniles were arrested after crashing. The long arm of the law catches up with an Albany man in a cold case rape dating back nearly 40 years in DeKalb County. Here's a report all new at 4 o'clock.
His social media presence is peaceful, even mundane. Photos of a day fishing, a new haircut, a home-cooked meal. But DNA reveals a horrific secret lurking behind that life. Now, 58-year-old Reginald Colwell is sentenced to 2 life terms plus 20 years consecutive for kidnapping and raping a DeKalb County woman in 1988. The 20-year-old had just locked her apartment door on the way out when a ski-masked man put a knife to her throat and forced her into the woods off Weatherly Drive. Decades later, sexual assault kit testing led investigators to Colwell. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
A Hall County work release inmate is captured after a chase ends in South Carolina. 39-year-old Daniel Jesse Bell of Brazelton stole a motorcycle from a co-worker and removed his ankle monitor. Bell was spotted in Stevens County, was chased into Oconee County, South Carolina, where he crashed the motorcycle. Bell and 2 deputies were injured in the chase. Iconic Atlanta Motor Speedway has a new name.
The Henry County track has been the site of racing since the 1960s, and now the facility has a fresh coat of paint and a new partnership with Echo Park Automotive.
We now have gone to another level.
General Manager Brandon Hutchison says this change secures the track's future.
When you've been here since 1960, sometimes you need a little bit of a facelift, so it gives us the opportunity to continue to increase the fan experience.
The naming rights contract runs until 2032. At Echo Park Speedway, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
It's now 4:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Watching the brake lights filling up on 285 east and southbound, the interloop through Dunwoody and Doraville. You start to slow right around Ashford, Dunwoody over to I-85, where an earlier crash has been pushed off to the right shoulder just past the Spaghetti Junction bridges. You'll stay on and off the brake pedal as you head down into Clarkston. 285 westbound, you're starting to hit that brake pedal right around Chamblee Dunwoody Road as you head over into Sandy Springs. And up in Roswell, Azalea Drive is shut down in both directions right along the Chattahoochee, just west of Highway 9, where a tree and power lines have come down. So think about using Highway 120 to avoid that closure between Willio Road and Highway 9. How we're looking this afternoon through downtown Atlanta, Andrew Seco.
A little bit of volume northbound, 7585, leaving Langford Parkway up towards Freedom Parkway. Southbound delays back into Buckhead, and we do have some trouble on the shoulder. You see the flashing lights, 7585 southbound, approaching Freedom Parkway. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. A few clouds passing by this evening, staying hazy, lows tonight in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with rain showers arriving through the afternoon, high 84. Thursday, partly cloudy, high 85.
84 in Riverdale and in Douglasville. It's 87 in Peachtree Corners. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now.
Jared. Your generation, older generation, newer generation, none of them should be multitasking in the car. Seriously, dude. Come on, man.
Here. Yes.
And
you're in there to drive.
And absolutely. I agree with that open micer 100%. But my point was that if I see somebody multitasking in the car, what I said in the last segment was I trust the younger generation more because they grew up with phones and they know how to multitask better than the older generation.
Sure.
I don't encourage it. I don't want people to do that.
Especially the ones that are on the scooters that are crossing the street looking at their phone without paying attention to traffic.
They know what they're doing. Believe me.
They know that they're crossing the street illegally and not paying attention to the traffic, which is going to run them over.
They are 100% aware of what's going on, or at least 80% aware of what's going on. And for me, like I know I use my phone a lot while I'm in the car. I shouldn't use my phone, but because I've gotten better and practice at it, I'm like, oh yeah, I can do these
Say
couple
you
things.
and your lovely wife eventually have a little one, and you have a child.
A little yam?
A little yam. And the little yam is in the car seat, they, them, whatever. In the car seat in the back.
Thank you for being
Are you going to be multitasking with the child in the car?
I would not set that example for my child, but...
No. That's not. The child is 6 months old. It's not going to remember anything. Are you going to be touching your phone when you have a precious little baby yam?
Not
as
if,
cargo.
No, not if I have a child in the car.
Okay.
But I would not encourage it unless there's something desperate was coming up.
Unless you get an alert from FanDuel.
And they want to watch, the Russian guy throw cars into a kiddie pool. So you've got to make it happen or else, and then you hit somebody.
No, you pull over and you say, we don't watch screens in the car. And then he says, why? And you say, because they said so, but I want to. No, because I said, no. And then it ends.
And then you say, you know what? I'm going to drive this thing off a cliff.
In your head.
Yeah. Oh, in your head.
Yes, that's right. We're still buzzing. What's the buzz, Jeremy?
Oh, this is a fun one here from Axios. Seniors' marijuana use reaches new high. See what they did there on the headline?
Yeah.
That's cool. I just took my mom to a place this weekend.
A dispensary? Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, nice.
She was so cute. She was like, this is my first time here, like walking in.
Were they cool to her? How was the bud tender?
Different.
Did she have a bud tender?
No, it was really different than that. It was like there were some things on display in these little kiosks kind of thing, but then it was mostly just these big touch screens that you ordered from.
Oh.
And then you have an order number, it goes to them, and then someone in the back opens a little door and like puts it in there, and then they call your order and you pick it up. And
that's cool.
But she's like, it's so different than I thought. What's this? What's that? It was cute.
So what kind did she get?
She got a gummy. She got 4 gummies.
Individual or 4 packages?
2 packages of 2.
Okay.
And they're like 20 milligrams, unfortunately.
Oh, no, you got to cut that in half.
Yeah, so she's going to cut it in half. I gave her a quarter of a 10 milligram once, and she said it didn't do anything.
Okay.
So.
Well, this is funny. You live, so it's legal.
Yeah, it's right across the street, and you just give them your
like any
ID.
doper in town could just walk in with their money and an ID.
Yeah.
So did your mom reach out to you and say, I want to try this new thing, or I've been thinking about this?
So she has stopped drinking, and having so much sugar because she has some issues with her liver.
Mhm.
Not because of the drinking, because of the sugar. So,
Well, don't the gummies affect the liver? They have a
I
little-
don't. There's a lot of evidence that helps with like fatty liver, that THC can help with that, and also
totally.
Oh, totally. So, and also it'll help her, like, she's not drinking sugar, because if she was drinking, it was these like it was like when you first start drinking and you drink really sugary drinks
Now
to get drunk.
Yeah, the Four Loco
Four
era.
Loko.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
Four-
boy.
Is she doing lean? When you think
Yeah, she was like, spending so much money on cough syrup. Tell her.
that purple drink.
what is
Yeah.
Kanye's favorite? It's Tank or something.
Nitrous.
No. He has a favorite lean. Is it Tank?
I don't know
Or
his
his
favorite.
producer has a favorite lean, or the guy who writes the songs, because he mentions it in Cousins.
Does he?
Yeah, you'll have to. Okay, we'll talk about that off air. So it does. It makes a lot of sense to me that seniors are are doing it, because let me. When I think of seniors, I think of people in their 80s. Well, I'm almost a senior. This year I'll be a senior. So I guess they're Gen X and some of the younger boomers.
It's actually, you're out of this category. It's U.S. marijuana use among those 65 and older surged nearly 46% from 2021 to 2023.
That can't be good with heart problems, because older people tend to have more heart issues than younger people, and it is proven that THC or eating gummies. There was a study that just came out that eating gummies is just as bad for you as smoking. I think we talked about it, or maybe we brought it up with Joe. I don't know, Dr. Joe. But
Just as bad as smoking?
yeah, because the THC.
As far as your heart goes.
Yeah, as far as your heart goes.
Oh, okay.
So you got be careful out there, seniors. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. Everything in moderation.
Know how much you're taking.
That's right. Don't trust your daughter, who also doesn't smoke or do anything.
Yeah, trust your dealer who isn't your daughter. What else, Jared?
Arnold Schwarzenegger is telling environmentalists that are upset with Donald Trump to stop whining and get back to work.
Stop whining.
You have that, right?
I sure do.
Stop whining.
I love that movie. Stop whining.
Stop whining.
Everything that I know about Arnold Schwarzenegger and what he says in movies is from those boards from like
Oh, those
E-Bombs World.
soundboards? Yeah, from
Yeah,
E-Bombs
early
World.
days
Yeah.
internet.
Stop whining. Who is your daddy and what does he do? I'm Detective,
John Kimball.
You lack discipline.
Yeah, so he's basically telling all these, the protesters, and
Donald Trump's killing our democratic environmental.
Stop whining.
yeah, he's telling them to shut the hell up and do something. Get out there, do something instead of standing around looking like dummies. You have all the signs, and you're complaining, and you're wearing the masks, and you have all your flags and things. Pick something and stick to it. Every day there's something new they're protesting, yeah?
Go out there and you plant some trees, Arnold, right? You know what?
Yeah.
Go
Get
start
off your fat ass and go plant a tree. You see somebody cutting down a tree like an old tree. Plant a new one, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. I love that idea, Arnold.
Every
I think
May, let your grass grow. No more May, right? Let the bees.
Yeah,
Let the bees, and they make the honey, which is good.
Are you crazy?
What's that one?
Are you crazy?
Who is
I don't know that one.
Hey, I don't either.
Stop whining.
He's going to be George is in there whipping up stuff from Conan. I can't even quote it, but there's that one who goes, I lament to take your women.
Oh yeah, the lamentation of the women.
Yes. I'll be back.
This is an arrest.
Oh, he's got the soundboard open over there. Okay.
Yes.
Those are some great prank phone calls. If you're into the prank phone call thing, look up the Arnold Schwarzenegger pranks. Because they would call like massage parlors and truck stops and stuff. Yeah. So stop whining. Go plant a tree, lazy ass. Got another story?
Stop whining.
Yeah, stop whining.
When was the last time, Tim, you
We should
pull
play
off?
that. I'm sorry. We should play that for Eric when he gets back, when he starts going for too long about something.
Oh, well, that'll piss him off because he doesn't want to be interrupted, but he hates soundboards and sound drops.
Well, that's fine.
Don't.
Let's see.
You know
Not
what?
that.
I'm gonna send the soundbite to you, so that way you've got it. You can fire it off anytime you want.
Yeah, put it on your
I'll
phone.
I'll put my phone up to the mic.
Yeah.
What's happening? Am I supposed to ignore that?
All right.
Okay, sorry.
From rawstory.com, a humiliated Trump has discovered that world leaders are harder to bully, an analyst is saying. He's figured out that world leaders are actually much harder to bully than what he previously thought going into the second administration. He's used to pushing people around and people are surprised this time around that
I can't believe Vladimir Putin is not listening to me. And I told him some very, very bad things were going to happen, and some bad things did happen. I mean, wow, what do they call it? Operation Spider-Man or Spiderweb or whatever the Ukrainians did? Never thought they had it in them because, you know, I mean, Zelensky's kind of a dope and a cokehead and a freak and all that. But seriously,
a lot of adjectives to describe him
I told Putin, well, look, I'm a bully, right? I'm going to bully. I mean, he's a shrimp, right? He's like 5 foot nothing. I could take him. Even at my advanced age, he's all coked up. He's ready to fight. He's wearing that green shirt. I'll just, grab the back of that green shirt he's always wearing and slap him around. Putin, on the other hand, the guy rides bears. You ever seen him shirtless riding a bear? I couldn't do that, but Putin does. But Putin, you're gonna find out. What do they say? Fafo, F around, find out. Get to that table, figure it out. We need peace. We need peace. That's all I'm saying. But I will bully any world leader. They love my bullying very much.
So I've noticed that with a lot of the news that's coming out, Trump, and maybe you can answer
President Trump, please.
President Trump. Excuse me. I've noticed, President Trump, that a lot of the news that's coming out of these recent attacks by Ukraine on Russia have been, look what Ukraine's able to do by themselves, as if our intelligence is not being used to help with this.
Yeah, that genius Zelensky came up with the whole idea himself. It wasn't the CIA or any of the people.
I'm sorry. I'm starting to get suspicious about that a little bit. Again, I'm in a time
like
of war.
I said, Fafo.
That's right. I guess that does apply in this case. But what I'm curious about is, when are you going to come out there and just say, hey, we're the ones actually helping out with this intelligence. We're the ones that helped reveal the airfield that had 40 airplanes
Well,
destroyed.
I'll tell you, Jared Yamamoto, if it's late at night and I'm, having a hard time, making a BM, I will be on the toilet and I will truth it, and then you can re-truth it. Speaking of the truth, there are brake lights on Georgia 400 in Sandy Springs, says Alex Williams.
Nothing but the truth here, Mr. President. We are watching the brake lights 400 northbound through Sandy Springs, starting to slow a little bit there at 285 as you head up past the North Springs MARTA station. Got a closure to tell you about in Roswell. Tree came down on power lines. It shut down Azalea Drive between Willio Road and Highway 9, South Atlanta Street there. Best way to avoid it, use Highway 120, Marietta Highway as an alternate. 85 northbound as you lead DeKalb County. You're bunching up there right around I-285, trying to make your way up into Norcross. And we got some trouble there on 285, Andrew Seco.
That we do, Alex. We're looking at a crash in the right lane here, 285 eastbound. It's the inner loop as you get towards Beaufort Highway, exit number 33, just past I-85, actually, exit number 33. We're seeing the extra brake lights filling in as you leave Doraville. This report sponsored by Active Pest Control. Enjoy a pest-free home with Active Pest Control's pest-free 365 service. To save $50 on your initial pest service, visit ActivePestControl.com today. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Topical.
Basically, the text of the email reads like this.
Local.
Someone bought a car with my credit, and someone tried to file a tax return.
Mark Aram.
I'm a simple man with simple needs.
Tomorrow at 9 a.m.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Switch your termite protection to Breda Pest Management, and your rate is locked in for 10 years. And Breda's termite guarantee is unmatched in the industry.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
And 62225, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
I love my home, and now I found a company that loves it as much as I do. TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. It's Chris Chandler here. These folks have done work in my home. Boy, it didn't take long to realize I could trust their expertise, their attention to detail, and what I think you'll find, just as I did, an amazing level of service. TE Certified has more than 20,000 5-star reviews, and it's been serving Atlanta for decades.
TE Certified, we love your home.
Getting engaged? At Shane Company, we'll help you find the perfect diamond. This is your engagement ring, aka only your life's most important piece of jewelry. No need to worry. As gemstone experts since 1929, we handpick only the most beautiful natural and lab-grown diamonds cut to our high standards in every price range. We have diamonds in all shapes and sizes, ready to compare side by side right here in our store. Come see for yourself at shaneco.com or at your local store. No appointment necessary. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Dave Baker here for Ben Hill Renovations. I know what's important to you when you're looking for a new deck. You want the work done with quality workmanship, on time, within your budget, and built correctly. Getting a new deck from Ben Hill Renovations checks all the boxes. And when it comes to new decks, pretty much anything you can imagine, Ben Hill can do. And they're all backed by the Ben Hill Workmanship Warranty. Swing by the new Ben Hill Renovations showroom in Douglasville and talk to one of their designers. Or see them on the web at bhrenovations.com. Ben Hill Renovations, creating raving fans since 1964.
All right, Jared. We're just looking at some senior stoners.
That's a good image for the podcast that will drop around 8 o'clock tonight of this year's show.
Oh, there we go. What else is buzzing?
You know, this is kind of a crazy story here because Taco Mac they closed their Virginia Highlands location, and then they suddenly shuttered their Midtown location yesterday. What? It's the second, again, this happened within 2 months for both locations. And what's weird about the Taco Mac brand is I have to look up what the parent company is. They bought Vortex and they bought Mary Mac's, but it seems to me that they're letting a lot of their main Taco Macs just go.
Now, isn't the one in the Highlands the original?
That was the original one, yes.
So it's gone.
It's gone. It's shut down. And then the one in Midtown, in my opinion, had kind of started going downhill for a while. I lived right by it.
Where is this? Where is the one in Midtown?
The one in Midtown was over by 14th Street. It's like Peachtree and I think it's Peachtree and 13th technically.
Yeah, it was like down the road from the Vortex.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So aren't a lot of these especially in Midtown and West Midtown, aren't a lot of these restaurants closing up?
There are a lot of restaurants that are closing
and it's because
up.
there's nowhere to park, I'm sure.
I think while West Midtown has the parking issue, Midtown, I think the issue that they have there is that there is not enough affordable options down there. Like they're trying to go for, like for example, there's like a stretch of restaurants and businesses in one area that will remain nameless because I don't want to call any of these businesses out. But it's like, but they're in Midtown. It's like all like high end like dresses and purses, and then you go to some kind of like bar, and then you'll have like the very upscale restaurant. It just doesn't make sense. And I know that it's difficult because in my opinion, if I were a city planner, I would say in this kind of, I don't know, like multi-use facility, I would make sure that you had at least this amount of.
You mean you want in a mixed-use place, you want to have parking?
Well, you want to have parking, number one. You also want to have things that the actual neighborhood are going to use. Like you need to have.
It's funny that you think that there's city planners involved in anything.
Yeah, nobody's planning it. The city planners are getting a big fat check from the developers,
that's exactly
and that's
right.
all that's taking place.
I know, which is so difficult because for me, like I've seen.
There's no planning except for what they're going to do with their money.
Yeah, I'm going on vacation.
I've seen parts of Atlanta fail because they did not plan it well, and especially with a lot of these multi-use buildings they're putting up where it's residential on top, business on bottom.
Yeah.
And it's like that business that they're putting there. Again, I'm glad somebody's, buying the rent and they're actually putting in their upscale, I don't know, purses or something like that. But
well, those places come and go.
Exactly.
They'll open it up. There's a dress shop or somebody's, opening up a jewelry store where they're making their own jewelry. Those things don't last, like the cupcake shops.
Yeah.
Every cupcake shop that opened in 2008 is gone.
Exactly.
But they were good cupcakes.
They were good cupcakes. I mean, I've seen like some luxurious like lobster roll places that have opened up in the Midtown area.
Luxurious?
Yes, luxurious lobster roll places.
What kind of chairs did they have? Like a lot of fur on them? They're very comfortable?
Yes.
You would, yes, you're not welcome in my lobster bar.
But because places like Taco Mac and other like sports bars are surrounded by other businesses like that, it doesn't encourage people to go to those areas of town. The areas of town that people are more encouraged to go to, and George Clark, you weigh in on this because I know you love EAV a lot. The reason why people go to EAV is because there are a lot of businesses, a lot of restaurants, and a lot of bars that are similar that are all in one area.
But they're spread out a little bit, and again, you can park.
Yeah, you can park over
Yeah,
there.
that's the biggest thing. I mean, Midtown's a pain in the butt to park in.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to a Taco Mac, but why would you ever go there when you can go to 1,000 bars where you can park right away and get the same food
And there are side
beer?
streets in EAV and little 5 points where you can park for free. In the parking charge that they have, I think that the one place I always like to park is behind Juckman's Daughter in that area down there in Aurora Coffee. The parking down there is very reasonable. You just park in there and you can park all day.
Yeah, you can park all day. And I think that a lot of new Atlanta, as I like to call it, doesn't understand that concept yet, which is why
They don't care.
Yeah,
They're
they
just-
don't care.
They're just trying to get as much money as they can, which at least with West Midtown, the difference between West Midtown and Midtown is that West Midtown has a luxurious restaurant scene, like high end.
I love that you use that word.
Like a
Luxurious.
like a high end
Luxury.
Okay, well, how about a high end restaurant scene over in West Midtown?
But they close.
And a lot of them have closed because of the same reason what's going on in Midtown, because the parking is an issue and the things around it don't help the neighborhood grow together in one direction. That's the issue. And once New Atlanta understands, oh, there's a reason why Old Atlanta was so successful and why places like the Highlands, for example, are still doing quite well. I consider the Highlands Old Atlanta.
You're so optimistic, Jared Yamamoto.
If they just
Atlanta doesn't care about what was old. They just tear and what worked. They just
Yeah.
tear down the old and build this newest thing
I
next to it.
We'll have mid-ground, underground, mid-ground, and above ground. Alex Williams says I-20 is slowing through West Atlanta.
That is right, Tim. We're watching the brake lights fill in 20 westbound, starting right around Langhorne Street, exit 54. We're checking on a possible new crash or some sort of trouble. 20 westbound, just past I-285, exit 51. Once you get past that, looking pretty good out into Lithia Springs. And we just had a crash clear up in Powder Springs that was blocking most of C.H. James Parkway southbound at Brownsville Road. Delays will start to improve there. Still watching this crash through downtown and Midtown. It's Andrew Seco.
Just watch the wrecker pull up on scene, partially blocking the left lane. We're back off to the left shoulder as I'm speaking, but we do still have that slowdown. 75-85 southbound approaching Freedom Parkway. Brake lights taking you back all the way past 17th Street. Delays back all the way into Buckhead. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage on any age system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
It's a great time of the year to get your house all fixed up, but there's some things you can't fix on your own, like bowed walls and cracked concrete. Dave Baker here. AquaGuard Foundation Solutions knows that all these signs point to major damage with your foundation, and they will only get worse over time. You'll want to get ahead of these problems sooner rather than later. Visit aquaguard.net today to book your free inspection with a no-obligation quote. You know who the trusted local foundation experts are.
AquaGuard. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down.
Don't let pneumococcal pneumonia break your stride. If you're 50 or older, you're at increased risk. So be proactive with Capvaxive pneumococcal 21-valent conjugate vaccine to help protect against invasive pneumococcal disease and pneumonia caused by certain types of pneumococcal bacteria. Capvaxive helps protect against the strains of bacteria that cause about 30% more IPD cases than any other pneumococcal conjugate vaccine in adults over 50, according to national-level CDC stats. Regional variations may exist. Don't get Capvaxive if you're allergic to the vaccine or its ingredients. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system. Common side effects include injection site reactions, feeling tired, headache, muscle aches, and fever. Capvaxive does not protect against all strains. For more information, call 1-800-927-8888 or visit capvaxive.com. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Capvaxive. Need help paying for your Merck vaccine? Visit merckhelps.com. Sponsored by Merck.
This is Scott Slade for the great people at Ragsdale Heating and Air, where many of their employees have been with the company for 10, 20, even 30 years, and I've used them for a lot of those years. You know, with school getting out, you've got to have good air conditioning. And if you're ready for a new AC system during the month of June, Ragsdale is taking up to $1,700 off a new Carrier home comfort system. And you'll get Ragsdale's trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty. Ragsdale's the name I know you can trust for all your plumbing, electrical, and insulation needs, too. Go to ragsdaleair.com or call them. Ragsdale, the name I know you can trust.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top local story, job cuts at a major Atlanta school district.
Atlanta Public Schools' fiscal year 2026 budget is approved by the board, and it calls for more than 100 job cuts. The district's chief financial officer, Lisa Bracken.
The budget mirrors the overarching theme, which is to get back to basics. Being disciplined in our decisions and our spending and focusing on the long-term sustainability of the district.
She says the 135 jobs to be cut from central office will save some $25 million. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
86 degrees in Atlanta. We could see some showers pop up tomorrow. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. The man accused of shooting and killing a Roswell police officer pleads not guilty.
Edward Espinoza appears before Fulton County Superior Court Judge Eric Dunaway to enter the plea on 4 charges: murder, felony murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. He's accused of shooting 24-year-old Roswell police officer Jeremy Labonte multiple times in February at a plaza on Market Boulevard, leading to Labonte's death. Labonte was responding to a suspicious person call when that shooting happened. The case soon will move to the discovery phase. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
New this half hour, the Georgia State Patrol investigating a multi-vehicle crash involving a South Fulton police officer at the intersection of Camp Creek Parkway and Old Fairburn Road. The officer was taken to Grady for evaluation. One of the other drivers was arrested at the scene. 3 vehicles were involved in the crash. No one was seriously hurt. A 15-year-old boy is dead after a hit and run in Newton County. Investigators say the boy was hit while walking along Highway 36 last night around 10:30. When deputies arrived, they found him dead in the road. Evidence located at the scene indicates the suspect's vehicle is pearl white. Anyone with information should contact the Newton County Sheriff's Office. Stone Mountain's mayor defends herself today after recent questions about the city's bank account.
Accused of removing 2 city council members from the city's bank account, Mayor Beverly Jones says she did nothing wrong, that she was called by Truist Bank only to remove former employees from the signature card on the city account.
My purpose and my sole purpose was going there was to take them off the signature card.
Jones says she did not remove current employees and does not know who did. The mayor said she may be facing litigation and was advised not to take questions at the news conference. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
Clayton County is getting a new public charter school to serve students with special needs.
The vote is 7-2 for a new Tapestry Public Charter School in Clayton County. It would serve 6th through 12th graders with special needs like autism and ADHD. School board member Sabrina Hill is among the no votes. She opposes the lottery admission system.
The selective focus potentially leaves our families whose children require more intensive support unavailable for these services.
Several parents say the charter school will bring services to a part of Metro Atlanta that is under-resourced. It's expected to open in the fall of 2026. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
The sheriff who responded to last year's tragic shooting at Appalachia High School is named Georgia's Sheriff of the Year. Barrow County Sheriff Judd Smith is selected for the award from the Georgia Sheriff's Association. The Barrow County Sheriff's Office says Smith has an unmatched dedication to the county and is focused on ensuring the safety and well-being of every citizen and visitor. One day, Parkinson's may be detected by the stroke of a pen using AI.
Biomedical engineers created a self-powered pen with magnetic ink that can analyze handwriting, reflecting motor control and tracking coordination. AI models then were able to distinguish between those who had Parkinson's disease and those who didn't with 96% accuracy.
Sherry Preston reports the study was small, so more studies are needed. Smoke from Canadian wildfires is still lingering over North Georgia.
The jet stream, the way it is lined up, still continues to bring down areas of smoke and dust.
Meteorologist Craig Allen says the smoke is visible all the way down to the Gulf of America. It is now 4:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple Team Traffic begins now with Alex Williams.
We've been looking for trouble on the West Freeway, Bill, and thanks to our traffic troopers, we have been reported a stall in the second right lane, I-20 westbound, just past I-285, exit number 51. You're on and off the brakes, leaving downtown out through West Atlanta. Some eastbound delays as well from Thornton Road as you make your way past Fulton Industrial Boulevard. Over into Cobb County, I-20 eastbound, not terrible this afternoon. You're on and off the brakes through the work zone, leaving Wesley Chapel Road out to Panola Road. Checking the ride around I-285, it's Andrew Seco.
Circle in the city, finding the worst of it leaving Doraville. 285 eastbound, having you jammed from I-85 down towards Ponce de Leon Avenue, exit 40. The outer loop through Sandy Springs on our way to the home of the Braves in Smyrna Vinings. 285 westbound, we're slow from Roswell Road all the way down towards I-20 on the west side. From the Cool Lake Area Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Fair skies and hazy this evening. Overnight lows in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with rain showers moving in from the southeast, high 84. Thursday, partly cloudy, high 85.
Right now, it's 86 in Smyrna, 84 in Union City, and 86 in Johns Creek. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Not everything in life comes with a guarantee, but for premium local farm fresh sod that comes with a 1-year guarantee, family-owned and operated NG Turf is the only grower to consider. NG Turf sells direct to homeowners. Get your sod from a certified turf professional at ngturf.com.
You should never need financing for a simple garage door repair, but it's happening here. Out-of-town companies have invaded Atlanta for a cash grab, charging outrageous prices. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Stay local and stay on budget for every opening of your home. All Four Seasons, trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.
If you're seeing cracks in the walls upstairs, downstairs, or outside, maybe even a door not closing, call the Foundation Repair Specialist. Hi, it's Mark Beckham here with Atlanta Ramjack, and we are your leading foundation repair experts. Set up your free estimate right now at atlantaramjack.com.
Hurt on your bike? Steel Horse Law is the most experienced local law firm to protect your rights.
This is Scott Slade, and nothing takes the place of time when it comes to spotting problems with your health, especially cancer. The earlier, the better. That's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual Imaging's LDCT whole body scan can be invaluable, giving you more time for you and your loved ones to take charge of your health. They can detect tumors as early as precancerous virtually anywhere in your body, and aneurysms you may not even know are there. Due to overwhelming demand for a limited time, their $995 body scan offer at Virtual Imaging has been extended. It's a $2,495 value. Early detection saves lives, and now it's more affordable than ever. Virtual Imaging has gotten such great response to this offer that they've opened up more times in both offices, but appointments will fill up fast, so don't wait. Some minimum requirements may apply. Early detection is your best protection. To schedule your Virtual Imaging $995 body scan, call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
Oh, Jared, I kind of want to know what you're talking about.
I know. Maybe I'll play that open mic off air. Autumn really must have made somebody upset.
Yeah?
What happened?
Well, we'll tell you about it off air.
I'll text you.
It's not an on-air, not an on-air open mic.
No, it's not.
Goodness.
Well, let's just do this.
The experts say.
Experts say. Experts say.
The experts say.
Experts say.
The experts say on the Von Hessler Doctrine.
So this is where experts say things, and then we report on it, and then make fun of them.
Something like that. Uh-huh. So our first story comes from Fortune. Trump.
Fortune?
Fortune.
Oh, okay.
Fortune. Like you make a fortune.
Yes.
Trump has.
I wish I did, but I don't.
Well, listen, we get to go. We get to come to work on the radio every single day. That's that's better than money,
yes,
right,
I
Tim?
enjoy that. You know what my son said to me this morning? He said, "Were you going to go to the pool with me and mommy?" And I said, "No, I have to go to work." And he goes, "You going to have to go to work and make people laugh?" And I said, "Yes, exactly."
That's cool.
Oh, that's so cute.
And he said, "Yeah, well, no one ever tells me." No, I don't know.
Me and Mommy will make memories by ourselves, I guess.
Yes, you go make people laugh.
Goodbye,
you think,
clown.
you sad clown, Dad. Go ahead, Jared.
So from
You're a failure, Dad.
Hey.
Bye.
Yeah.
Love you.
Well,
from Fortune.com, President Trump has
Yes.
several workarounds to get his tariffs back on track. Experts
and what
say.
are those workarounds?
Those workarounds are that essentially you can use the law to your favor here. So now that the
All
Supreme
right, I got my pen. What laws can I? What laws can I use besides these 250-year-old emergency things?
Well, what you can do is look at some of the situations from this is some analytics from Goldman Sachs here. The Trump administration could replace its 10% baseline tariff with a broad tariff of up to 15% under, of course, everyone knows this at home, Section 122 of U.S. trade law for up to 150 days. So basically, they're trying to find all these workarounds.
Is that
for you.
online somewhere? I don't know that at all.
Just put it into Grok, and Grok will look it up for
I'm
you.
not using that anymore. We have our own AI on Truth.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
What is your AI?
Spock.
Spock? Oh.
I don't know. We don't have AI. We don't even have developers anymore. It's just sort of coasting.
Well, hey, at some point, when does your contract run out for Truth Social?
Not soon enough.
Because you're going to go back to Instagram, Facebook. I bet you'll even make it. I mean, you already have a TikTok account.
Well, I do have a TikTok for the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. But, I'd really like, I like engagement, and all I get are bots and MAGA dopes on Truth Social.
Well, at least most news sources out there copy and paste your Truth Social, and they put it up on their news site. So you're still getting the.
I should get money for
eyeballs.
that. I should get money for that if you're going to do that.
You certainly should
look into that. So anyway, so I can tariff people based on some arcane law. Or...
You could do that, or you could do. I mean, Autumn knows this one inside and out.
Why would she know it?
Section 338 of the 1930 Tariff Act. That enacts.
Is that the Hawley Smoot Tariff Act, or did that come later?
Holy smoot.
I have no idea. It's to enact up to 50% tariffs for countries that discriminate against the U.S. in commerce. So they could use that for Vietnam, for example. Vietnam was putting, before the trade war really started between all the different countries.
Vietnam was tariffing us?
Yes, they were tariffing us. Like
what do they make there?
80%. A lot of clothing. And,
they do make a lot of clothing.
Yeah,
what do they need from us?
Which was shocking. So I don't know what they import from us, but before Trump got in office and we had all these arguments about whether or not we should tariff these countries or not, I had no idea that there were countries out there like Vietnam that were tariffing us over 80%. And then also
80 or 50?
It was 80. It was.
Here, let me explain to you why I think that's to their benefit, because there aren't a lot of rich people in Vietnam. And they make all this stuff, and their people don't make a lot of money, and they ship it all over the place, and these companies get rich, of course. And, Western countries, Westerners buy this stuff. So if you have, some oligarch who's, importing BMWs or expensive things from the United States or Europe, an 80% tariff goes to help their people. Much more so than, say, if we had an 80% tariff on something. Because it's... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear
so
that.
So you think
logic.
about it from a small country that's manufacturing things for the world, paying their people nothing, then they need that tariff.
But I think the initial point of the tariffs was always to try to make sure that we brought parts of the supply chain that didn't exist in the United States back to the United States. I think when he went and basically said every country had a massive tariff at the time when the world,
that 2 weeks when that happened?
Yeah, in the 2 weeks when that happened.
Liberation Day.
Day, that's what it was called. Thank
Liberation Day, we're getting all these great money. I read that last month they brought in $400 billion in tariffs.
Yeah, they brought in a ton of money because of the tariffs, and I think
put it right to the debt, right?
Yeah, they sure did.
Perfect, good.
But the intention is to have other parts of the supply chain that used to exist in the United States back in the United States.
Obviously, we should make I heard Eric Erickson talking about this earlier today. We should make our own munitions. We should have we should make our own drugs. We shouldn't be reliant upon other nations for
absolutely
the common drugs that we need, like the antihistamines and pain medicines like Advil and stuff like that, or things that we really, really need. All should be made here. Insulin, any of that stuff should all be made here.
There should be some sort of American option, which I believe that was always the intent of the tariffs. Everyone was
but
like,
no one's going to make an iPhone here. It's just not going to happen, or you won't be able to afford it.
Why do you feel like the drug stuff is more easily done?
Because it's cheap. It's cheap to make all that stuff.
Oh, okay. Do we have the infrastructure here already to do that?
Well, we used to. I'm sure you could open up a shuttered drug factory and refurb it a little bit. But we learned all these things during the pandemic when there were slowdowns and things were off the shelves that we need. That it would be a lot better for the country and for our own national security to have these certain things
to at least
available
have
here.
some kind of American option for it, and that being, even with just having the American option, it can also get there sooner to the consumer. Now, it would be more expensive than instead going through like a Vietnam or something like that. But I think the biggest thing that was illuminated to me as just somebody that did not know a lot about tariffs going into it, in fact, argued against tariffs for the longest time, the thing that I learned the most about was that the world and the United States did not have free trade with each other. Like, it was always pitched that we had basically free trade with the rest of the world, when in reality, if there was one thing that I learned from it, like, wow, like, we don't have free trade. There were other places where we were paying significantly more tariffs than other countries were to send their goods into our country. So
free trade just means that giant corporations that started in this country can take all of their manufacturing someplace else and make all the money.
Yeah,
exploit cheap labor.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
That's what it means.
And I think that's why
they like it. They normally make 10 cents, and we're giving them 20.
Yeah, they can afford an extra loaf of bread, maybe.
They like it.
Yeah, they love it.
Well, so Trump has got some workarounds. So if for some reason,
don't worry, I'll just do it. I don't care what the Supreme Court says.
You truthed out today, because of tariffs, our economy is booming.
Okay.
It is. It's beautiful. I read about it while I was taking a dump.
I think the job numbers were a surprise today. The job numbers that came out saying that we exceeded expectations, that was a surprise. Everybody said that we were going.
Nobody was more surprised than me.
Yeah.
That worked.
Wow. Yeah, you win some, you lose some. I always win.
And I think overall, when you talk to most people, whether they admit it or not, and this is going to make some of the MAGA crowd upset. I know that it hasn't been a long time since he's been in office, but there has been a slight improvement compared to where we were, like at least economically.
Why would that make MAGA mad?
Well, because when you say the word slight in front of it, like for some people that just love Trump, and he could do anything he wants, and it could be good or bad, and they just love it no matter what. It has been the economy has improved slightly since Biden was president. And I think that is not getting reported enough, at least from my observation looking at it.
Oh, yeah, well, you know that the news media isn't going to report on anything positive.
No, and it's not as much as a Trump supporter or Republicans think it is.
I know you're MAGA deep to the core. Jared Yamamoto is.
I am not on
MAGA.
I'm not 100% on your side there, buddy.
That's too bad. Hey, there's a crash on I-285 in Cobb County, says Alex Williams.
Yeah, we got eyes on this one. Left lane knocked out. Police on scene with it. 285 northbound, the inner loop, South Atlanta Road, exit 16. That's slowing you back before South Cobb Drive. Earlier trouble we had on the West Freeway, I-20 westbound just past 285, exit 51 has cleared, but still seeing the brake lights as you make your way out of downtown. 75 northbound heading up to Cobb County through Marietta and Kennesaw, just sluggish starting around Delk Road up to Chastain Road. What are things looking like on Georgia 400, Andrew Seco?
A little bit of scattered volume heading northbound, Alex. 400, we're looking as you're leaving Sandy Springs, slow up towards North Ridge Road. Another slow pocket heading south through Roswell. We do have our big trouble spot here, have some down lines. Azalea Drive right at South Atlanta Road. You want to use Highway 120, Marietta Highway as an alternate. From the Cool Lake Area Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Listening to 95.5 WSB pays. No way!
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
That is awesome. 5 chances a day to win $5,000.
Download the WSB app. Your next chance to win is coming up at 5 p.m.
Oh my God.
From 95.5 WSB.
These days, the Atlanta real estate market is just like Atlanta weather, unpredictable. Hi, I'm Deborah Morton, host of Inside Georgia Real Estate here on WSB every Saturday at 1 p.m. If there was ever a time to work with a true real estate expert, now is that time. In all my years in residential real estate, this is the most change and volatility I've seen. A misstep could cost thousands. This is when experience matters. My team and I are passionate about providing clarity to our clients through our expertise in real estate. So, if you're thinking of buying or selling a home, we can give you that clarity so you can make great choices and the best decisions. And yes, I host Inside Georgia Real Estate here on WSB, but you don't have to wait until Saturday for help. Go to InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com and ask me anything. My team and I are here for you. Go to InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com for clarity in buying or selling your home.
If you've ever organized your closet only to have it look like a bomb went off in there 1 month later, then it's time to call Artisan Custom Closets. Dave Baker here with a custom spacious closet from Artisan. You'll never have to deal with all that clutter again. ArtisanCustomClosets.com.
The Lloyd Advisory Group has a question for you. Is your retirement inflation-proof? Here's what we mean. In retirement, chances are you're on a fixed income with unpredictable expenses. So how do you not run out of money when the cost of just about everything continues to go up? You inflation-proof it. Financial advisor Mark Lloyd and the team at Lloyd Advisory Group can show you ways to help fight inflation so it doesn't outpace your income. Call us today at 770-766-5611. Inflation can take a huge chunk out of your retirement savings, but it doesn't have to. With some simple planning, inflation can go from being a major disruption to a minor annoyance. Call Mark Lloyd and the team at Lloyd Advisory Group now to start inflation-proofing your retirement today. 770-766-5611. That's 770-766-5611. Insurance products and services are offered through the Lloyd Advisory Group. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
A big truck ruined your car and your career. Now the trucking company thinks they're going to bully you into a bad offer.
Don't get tricked, twisted, and trapped into a terrible settlement. Call me first.
Call attorney John Boy and Associates now.
Well, I bet it is safe to say you are sick and tired of home services companies that don't show up on time, don't get it right, ghost you then when you need them later. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. I don't have to worry about any of that because I only trust TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. TE Certified is a well-oiled machine with the highest level of communication and follow-up. They're on time, friendly, and fully stocked.
TE Certified, we love your home.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. If you're over 50 and tired of your wireless bill getting higher and higher, there are 4 things to consider. 1, how much data are you really using? As we get older, we use less data on our wireless phone, but you're probably still paying for an unlimited plan that was designed for 20-somethings. 2, if you see Get a Phone on Us, get your sneakers out and run the other way. No one is giving you a free phone. You are paying for that phone over time with an overpriced rate plan and a long-term commitment. 3, check the fine print on that $15 a month plan. It's probably an intro price that'll double or triple later. You might even have to pay for several months of service up front. Number 4, be aware of cable company wireless plans. Most of your usage will be on Wi-Fi instead of 5G, and your calls and battery life could suffer. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable, nationwide service without the big wireless bill. Our plans start at just $20 a month.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
So there are experts, and they say things, and then we report on them, and then we make fun of what they say. What other experts say stories do we have?
Experts say quitting Diet Coke can improve heart health and your gut balance.
Oh, yeah?
That's right. So
what does Diet Coke do to your gut balance?
Well, it says that it leads to an increased metabolic, and cardiovascular risks.
Oh.
Research shows that drinking 2 or more artificially sweetened beverages per day may increase your risk of heart disease and stroke.
So you should switch to Diet.
Dr. Joe.
Yeah, but you can switch to Diet Pepsi then.
You cannot switch to Diet Pepsi.
Or Diet Dr. Pepper.
You cannot do Diet Dr. Pepper
That's
either.
He's a doctor.
Yeah, he's a doctor. He knows better. He can do the diet one. My question with all this, how come they've never been able to make a diet soda that tastes like actual soda?
People love Diet Dr. Pepper.
Really?
Yes,
or any diet.
like,
I don't like it. They all have that weird bitter aftertaste. And we don't want to talk
aspartame, I think.
Well, they had it before aspartame when it was saccharin they were using.
Oh, well, that's still. I mean, any fake sugar also makes me taste that like.
Yeah, because before it became something for juggalos, Faygo had diet soda that my grandparents had in their house. They weren't juggalos.
Faygo.
Your grandparents are.
You don't know what Faygo is?
No, what is that?
Faygo is the soda that juggalos drink. The insane
It's a
clown
cheap
posse.
soda. It's in a bottle.
Yeah, but they made a big deal of the multiple colors and stuff.
I have never
but
heard
in
of this before. Faygo.
But in the 70s, Faygo was a low-cost grocery store soda that you could get, and they had a lot of diet stuff. So, my grandmother had diet cream soda. It was the most disgusting stuff on earth. We still drank it, but I love Coca-Cola. They sort of rule this city. You don't besmirch them. You don't say, hey, why don't we have a bottle law? No, can't have that. Let's let them throw everything in the street. But anyway, I didn't know that Diet Coke was so terrible for you.
Well, they're suggesting here, once you read further into it, that having 2 or more a day is not good for you.
So I'll be fine.
Well, you, Mr. President, you like having you have a button on your desk, and
my Diet Coke button.
Yeah, you probably need to limit it.
What I do is I'll eat a KFC bowl, and that puts a nice layer around your stomach, and then you dump the Coke in there, the Diet Coke in there, and you're fine.
Everybody's genetics are different, I guess, especially
mine
in
are
your
the best. I have really good genetics. Just ask my doctor.
I guess you must, man, because there's just something about your diet that is just mesmerizing every single day.
So besides gut health, you said cardiovascular. What was the other thing?
Cardiovascular, and as I believe Autumn brought this up, the aspartame is not good as well too. It's one of the most one of the worst things that you can put in your body.
Well, it comes from formaldehyde.
Is it really?
What? Yeah. Louis, you're surprised? All right. I want you to Google formaldehyde and aspartame, and then you'll blow your mind. Especially when you find out I made it up.
Yourself with Diet Coke?
Well, or with diet anything. I don't chew gum. I look for things, if I'm going to get something without sugar, I make sure there's no aspartame in it.
Gum is bad for the microplastics.
Yes.
It's coming out now.
Unless you order it off TikTok.
Oh, really? Is there a special TikTok?
No, I'll show you the gum that I got off of TikTok.
Now, I do want to, because here on the Von Hessler Doctrine, we want to offer solutions for you. When you give up your diet Dr. Coke, well, the problem is it doesn't have enough flavor, Tim. You want to give people an opportunity to have flavor. So sparkling green tea is an option. You can also get...
that sounds so gross.
Oh, yum, soap.
You can get kombucha. Yeah, that's a source of
That's not
probiotics.
bad.
Then you can also get... you can add a splash of lime or lemon to your water, too.
Oh, I've never heard of such a thing.
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to have to investigate this further.
Wow.
But not before we talk to Alex Williams, who says they are watching a brake light battle through downtown.
Yeah, rough one this Tuesday afternoon, Tim. 400 southbound, you start to slow right around Lennox Road, getting up to about a half hour to travel from there down to I-20. Northbound, you slow from Highway 166 Langford Parkway up past Peachtree Pine Street. That earlier southbound crash, I should say, that looks like that's cleared from the left shoulder just past North Avenue. We're also tracking a crash on 285 over on the west side, Andrew Seco.
Looking at officials and cones in that far left lane, 285 south, the outer loop getting towards South Atlanta Road, exit number 16. Brake lights starting to fill in with the volume for slow all the way back into Sandy Springs. They catch you as soon as you pass Georgia 400, exit number 27. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Belinda Skelton here with Atlanta Vision Institute's very own Dr. Ashraf, who is one of the most experienced eye surgeons in the country. Dr. Ashraf, we've all watched the news and the economy is uncertain, but failing eyesight isn't. And if you've held back due to finances, we've got good news for you, don't we?
Yes, Belinda, as you know, our eyesights degrade as we age. And with the laser optics procedure, that resets all of that. And most of my patients go most of the day without glasses. They can even read their phone without glasses. And in terms of the economy, most of these patients, their medical insurance can cover most of the costs. And if it doesn't, we have a lot of good financing options for this procedure.
That's awesome, Dr. Ashraf. I urge you to take the quiz to see if you're a candidate. Go to 2020atlanta.com. That's 2020atlanta.com.
Hi, I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell, and for over a decade, I've trusted America's best choice for windows, doors, siding, and decks. They've built their reputation on quality craftsmanship and honest pricing, and I've seen firsthand how they put customers first. That's why I proudly certify them for windows, doors, siding, and decks. And with ABC's 3-way warranty, which includes my $10,000 Make It Right guarantee, you can invest with confidence.
Spring is the perfect time to update your home, and America's Best Choice makes it easy with these spring specials. Highest quality, energy-efficient windows starting at just $299. Take 10% off a new deck and create the outdoor oasis of your dreams. Enhance your home's curb appeal with limited-time spring pricing on siding and doors. No pressure, no gimmicks. Visit abcwin.com today to schedule your free consultation. America's Best Choice. Quality you can trust. Prices you can afford.
Home's your happy place, but not when critters bust in, and it happened to me. Mark Aram here for Breda Pest Management. My wife and I were shocked to see two beady little eyes in the basement. So gross. Breda kicked those critters out, and we're still protected with their wildlife guarantee, even if they chew a new entry point. No one else covers that. Breda, they handle bugs and critters. BREDA Pest.com.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Don't miss your chance to take advantage of the Buy 4, Get 4 free sale and pay nothing until 2027. Sale ends soon only from Window Nation. Schedule your free estimate now at 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. That's windownation.com.
Pro athletes and attorneys count on George Stein, the DUI lawyer. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. George Stein has been a personal and professional friend for decades. He literally wrote the book on DUI defense in Georgia. I trust him, and you can too. GeorgeStein.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by QC Kinetics. Our top local story, the long arm of the law reaches a rapist in Albany, Georgia, decades after the 1988 crime in DeKalb County.
It's been nearly 40 years since the woman, then just 20, was forced at knife point into the woods outside her Stone Mountain apartment and raped by a stranger in a ski mask. Today, she's afraid to be alone and cannot go out by herself at night. That revelation follows the conviction of her rapist, Reginald Colwell, whom DeKalb County investigators tracked down with the help of DNA. Speaking before sentencing, the 58-year-old did not accept responsibility. And though the survivor's impact statement says, quote, the fear never goes away, Colwell is going away for 2 life sentences plus 20 years in prison, all consecutive. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
86 degrees in Atlanta. How many rain chances do we have in the days ahead this week? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A wild police chase ends with a crash on Peachtree Industrial Boulevard at I-285 in Doraville this afternoon. 3 juveniles now under arrest. Police say it started when they stole a car used in a drive-by shooting in DeKalb County. They were later spotted by police in Brookhaven trying to break into another car. That's when police gave chase through multiple jurisdictions in North DeKalb and Gwinnett counties. The juveniles were arrested after crashing. A teenager's life is cut short, and at this hour, police in Metro Atlanta are searching for a hit-and-run driver.
It happened on Highway 36 near Hummingbird Lane, south of Covington, where a 15-year-old was hit by some kind of vehicle.
He was walking on foot, crossing over the roadway. There were no crosswalks.
Newton Sheriff's Communications head Caitlin Jett says the driver just kept going into the night, leaving the teen dead in the middle of the highway. One clue, investigators know the hit-and-run driver's car is pearl white in color. Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
A 14-year-old boy is in trouble for making online threats directed towards students and staff at Alcovy High School in Covington. The Newton County Sheriff's Office says the threat was made yesterday, even though school's been out since last month. The teen is charged with making terroristic threats and acts. The case goes to juvenile court. Parents in Barrow County plan to urge the school board at their meeting tonight to keep paying for resource officers.
Following the tragic shooting at Appalachia High School, county leaders stepped up to fund additional school resource officers across the district. But that temporary funding is set to expire this month. County officials say they're unable to use money from the general fund to maintain the expanded officer presence, citing tax exemptions granted to senior citizens. In response, the school system is requesting a millage rate adjustment to secure the necessary funding. Without a new agreement, the number of school resource officers could be cut nearly in half, from 25 to just 12, starting July 1st. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
The new Atlanta Public Schools budget calls for cutting more than 100 positions in the district.
We cut a net 135 positions from central office with an overall net decrease to central office of $25 million.
Chief Financial Officer Lisa Brackett says these cuts will still allow for a pay increase for employees. APS says it's eliminating what it calls redundancies in an effort to address the district's financial needs. Atlanta Motor Speedway gets a makeover and a new name.
The newly minted Echo Park Speedway marks a major change for the decades-old racetrack. Governor Kemp says the new partnership is a positive step.
The investment from a Fortune 300 company is going to solidify really what goes on here and at the track for years to come.
General Manager Brandon Hutchison says this will improve the experience.
We're changing all the signage, we're painting everything, so it's a facelift for our fans.
The naming rights contract runs until 2032. At Echo Park Speedway, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
New details on a tomato recall. The FDA says the recall of tomatoes contaminated with salmonella is raised to the most severe level in Georgia and 2 other states, South and North Carolina. The tomatoes sold by Williams Farms repack may cause serious adverse health consequences or death. The recall was first announced May 2nd. So far, there are no confirmed cases of Georgians getting sick. It is 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, it's live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Refreshing that ride to the northern suburbs, 75 north and southbound, a little sluggish between 285 and 575, but nothing to worry about there. We got a new crash in Cobb County. It is on South Cobb Drive and Austell Road. Southbound lanes of South Cobb Drive are blocked there, so plan your alternates. 400 northbound, you're seeing the brake lights leaving 285 in Sandy Springs. Then a little bit more volume up in Alpharetta as you make your way past Windward Parkway. Azalea Drive remains shut down in Roswell between Willio Road and Highway 9 with down tree and power lines. Use Marietta Parkway, Highway 120 as an alternate. 85 northbound slows from Chamblee Tucker for the ride up into Norcross. With his eyes on I-20, it's Andrew Seco.
Seen some volume east and west in and out of Lithia Springs. I-20, you are on and off that brake pedal from Thornton Road down towards I-285. Inside the perimeter, we're a little slow, leaving MLK Junior Drive over towards I-285. And in and out of the mall of Stonecrest, you're going to be seeing brake lights either direction from Wesley Chapel Road over towards Evans Mill Road, exit number 74. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies for this evening, though still hazy. Sunset around 8:45. Temperatures will be in the low 80s at that time, cooling into the mid-60s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy, watching for rain showers to arrive from the southeast. Tomorrow's high is 84. Thursday, partly cloudy, high 85. Friday, partly cloudy with pop-up showers and thunderstorms, high 88. Scattered rain showers and thunderstorms on Saturday with a high of 86.
86 now in Roswell, 84 in Hiram, 84 in Fayetteville. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now, and I just gave George Clark a piece of my all-natural underbrush remineralizing gum that I bought off of TikTok.
Oh, nice.
So if you have holes in your teeth, this will fill those holes up, and you won't have to go to the dentist.
I've seen those ads on TikTok before.
I highly endorse this gum.
Oh, thank you, RFK Jr. Thank you.
Hey, just a few more shots this week to win, and I'm going to tell you right now all about that. It's the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. This hour's keyword is drive, D-R-I-V-E, drive. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBradio.com/cash for your chance to win. Again, that keyword is drive, and it says here, please spell D-R-I-V-E. Like you're driving? No, that's driving. I am about to, here we go. Ready? I'm going to use it in a sentence. Ready?
Ready.
Let's watch this drive.
There we go. Thank you, W.
Yeah.
You're
The
very
terrorists are bad. Now
watch this drive. That's right. Today, you have this last chance today, and then you have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So that's your last 3.1 chances to win in the 5K a day bonus blitz.
Very exciting stuff. So
now let's talk more about this gum here that I bought on TikTok. It was such an impulsive purchase.
Let's see. What'd you get?
Well, I sent you a picture of it because I didn't think you believed me. And George, can you attest that the flavor just seems to last forever and ever?
Oh, right.
Now, how long did you count it? 30 seconds?
Yeah, about 25, I would.
But think about those teeth. The teeth, all the holes in your teeth are being
feel the
remineralized.
mineralization, yes.
Yeah, that's so it's like a seashell.
Mm. A little bit
Are you getting
sandy.
paid for this?
No.
Are you an influencer?
If I were getting paid or I were an influencer, I wouldn't be talking about it because I get
Hey
in trouble.
guys, sometimes don't your teeth feel like full of holes? Not anymore. It's just scum.
And they have all the toothpastes on there that some guy in a trailer is like, this toothpaste really helped me fix all the holes in my teeth. It don't got fluoride in it, so it's better for you. And if you take the gum out and put it on top of your cup like I do, because I can't chew gum and talk, and then you go put it back in, it crumbles. Because it doesn't have microplastics and all the chemicals and stuff. I like to chew gum. It's good to, build your jaw muscles.
I go through
Are you trying to get your jaw muscles up?
I am. I've been lifting weights, with my jaw, and that's too hard. So I decided I would just switch to gum.
Do you ever go through gum phases?
I'm going through one right now. See, it's called Underbrush Demineralizing Gum from Nathan and Sons.
Did you find out about that on TikTok?
I did, and I paid for it. And it says chew 1 to 3 pieces daily.
Well,
to fix the holes in your teeth.
There you go.
Well, who needs dentists when you have Nathan and Sons Underbrush Remineralizing Gum that tastes like fruit for 15 seconds?
You've got to give a full report in a couple weeks to see whether or not those holes in your teeth were filled.
You know what? It ain't like Extra, which got them sparkly things on it, and you chew that up. That flavor lasts for hours.
Oh yeah,
Thank
so
you,
good.
chemicals.
So good. I'm a Trident guy myself.
You are?
Yes, Trident. That's that.
Well, 9 out of 10 dentists or whatever.
I'm a poor, so I get whatever's at Aldi.
You can't afford Trident.
Nope. Yeah. Whatever's at Aldi.
She gets Bident.
Bident.
You get gum at Aldi? Do they have Nathan and Sons Underbrush Remineralizing Gum at Aldi? What kind of gum do they have at Aldi?
I don't know. It's just gum.
It just has gum on it.
It might be extra.
Okay, so
I'm not
it's
sure.
expired
I just don't buy
extra.
gum anywhere else because I do it on Instacart and then I do a pickup.
Have you ever had
and then-
Glister, which is the Amway gum?
Remember that gum that had like a goo in the middle and it would squirt?
Oh yeah,
when
that was
you-
Freshen Up.
I loved that. Was it like strawberry flavor
When
or
I
cherry?
was mint, I don't know if they had other flavors. That might have been Bonkers you're thinking of. This gum was called Freshen Up, and it was minty, and you would bite into it, and then this goo would seep out.
I don't remember that gum.
Well, it's been off the market since, I don't know, the early
Freshen
90s.
Up.
Freshen Up.
Yeah, they had different flavors. I think I got like some orange, I don't know, some like fruity flavor.
Well, this gum that I have from TikTok loses its flavor faster than Fruit Stripe.
Really?
Oh man.
Okay,
Fruit
now
Stripe
that's
is
quick.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, Fruit Stripe is really good the first 2 or 3 chews, and then you're
Or
done.
even like the bubble yum. I mean, that
Bubble
one.
Yum, the flavor lasts.
No.
Not as
it does
It
now.
lasts longer than Fruit Stripe for sure.
Yeah.
You think so? I feel like the bubble
Absolutely.
yum, like I get like 3 or 4 good chews, and I'm like, oh, okay, there's all. It's
What
all
about-
No, because bubble yum lasts as long as it does. Like it stops tasting good when it's really good for bubble blowing.
Yeah.
Like, once it's good for that, then the flavor's gone.
Once all the natural stuff is gone, and then you just have the synthetic rubber, you can blow bubbles. I just got a message from our friend Fuchsy who says his favorite kind of gum is ABC gum. Do you ever had that, Jared?
Oh
ABC.
yeah.
Yeah, you've never had
I love
ABC gum?
ABC gum. Do you want some, Jared?
What is ABC gum?
Already been chewed. Let's do this.
XYZ. Examine your zipper.
The Loch Ness Monster, aliens, dinosaurs, the mud flood, chemtrails,
What do you think tap water is?
fluoride.
I think fluoride is a poison. They turned the friggin' frogs gay.
It's the Conspiracy News Desk with our resident conspiracy theorist, George Clark.
I miss the old one.
I love that part when it says, "What do you think tap water is?"
Well, they're getting a lot of fluoride now, and their pushback is coming from Dr. Sanjay Gupta, who was on CNN today saying that millions of kids are going to get cavities when all they really have to do is brush their teeth. I mean, in the 1800s, they just used a stick. Or they could get that gum off of TikTok. All right, George, what conspiracies do you have?
All right, we've got our first headline here in the Conspiracy News Desk. Trump amplifies another outlandish conspiracy theory. Biden is a robotic clone.
Now, we did talk about this a little bit yesterday. Did you do a deeper dive into this to find out what's going on with this nonsense?
So
He's trolling, right?
He's
Or does he
probably
believe
just
it?
doing a little attention seeking. I think he just liked the picture that went along with the kind of conspiracy theory. He retruthed this young woman, I imagine, post, and it's got a nice picture of him throwing up the peace sign. He's probably
Okay.
a few, about a decade
Well, I'm all about
younger.
peace.
And
yes, you are, Mr. President.
she captioned it, "There is no hashtag Joe Biden. Executed in 2020. Biden clones, doubles, and robotic engineered soulless, mindless entities are what you see. Hashtag Democrats don't know the difference. Hashtag steal. Hashtag US steal. Hashtag MAGA. Hashtag Maha."
Okay, so obviously, make America healthy again. So obviously he doesn't.
big
Yeah, I like that. So basically, he doesn't believe any of this. He was just doing it for fun and trolling people. But there is, and there remains a theory that there were doubles or people wearing masks.
Yeah, and I
You kind of buy into that.
I kind of buy into the mask stuff. I think the technology is out there. You see people in movies that where
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible, and
Yeah.
I just don't see if that technology exists, why it wouldn't be used.
If they had it though, use logic to this, because I know Jared believes this too.
Oh, yeah.
He's
the one that got me onto it.
I know he's a secret. He's very subtle.
I'm a
with his-
conspiracy influencer.
Yes, there you go. And you could market this gum.
I think the use case with Biden too. I know you're about to make a point, but
Yes.
the use case with Biden, the fact that he was so cognitively in decline, I think that would lead you to maybe use a double.
But then why didn't they continue to use a double? Why didn't they use a double during that debate? Why didn't they? You know what I mean?
Right.
If you have that as your advantage over everybody, and you're the chief executive, and you're a guy wearing a mask, use that all the time. You're not going to let him stumble.
You're the things that kind of lead us to believe this, other than just the idea that it seems like it would be useful, like you've said yesterday. People look at their necks, and it almost looks like there's a line that's across their neck that looks like where a
Well,
mask.
if you stare at it long enough, you're going to be convinced that it's
and
not.
I guess
They even had one for Kamala Harris too. Remember, Kamala Harris
Yep.
was wearing it by the.
Her neck just wasn't folding right.
Yes, and you're just like, oh my goodness.
She's
Everyone's
in her
got
50s. There's
I
no
know.
reason for that.
I know there's no reason for her to have a double, and that was where it started getting ridiculous. But every prominent political figure started having either a body double or they were wearing a mask.
I don't have a body double. It's all me. 100%.
Just for safety and protection, would you not, if you were the president, have somebody that might look like you in a car that looks like the Beast that's in your motorcade that would be a distraction? Or
Well, you would
That
think
would make
so.
sense.
It does make
Yeah.
sense, but we also have probably some of the best protections going on. Not only Secret Service, but you have drones and aerial coverage, and people are constantly monitoring. Doesn't explain what happened in Pennsylvania
Right.
prior to the election,
Right.
which we're never going to know anything about,
it
obviously.
seems so, right.
Even Kash Patel said, well, there's really not much to know. What?
Well,
What are you
he's-
talking about?
seems
Ah,
to
right.
have- I
He's
don't know.
compromised, George. George thinks Kash Patel is
He was saying a
compromised.
lot of different stuff before he got the job.
I know he was. So was
What, do you
Dan
think they threatened
Bongino.
him or something? What do you think, George?
Maybe, or he saw something that led him to go with the flow.
Yeah, big fat check.
Yeah, maybe he got paid off.
But yeah, that is really weird about what happened in, what was it, Butler, right?
Yeah.
That we don't know anything about that guy. We don't know anything about his family. All we know is that he was allegedly a Republican who gave money to both candidates. But we don't know how he was able to fly a drone over. We don't know how he got on the roof.
People were seeing him before the shots were
Yeah,
fired.
we just, well, I guess we'll never know. Maybe after the Epstein client list comes out, we'll know what happened in Butler, PA.
Just to wrap up with the mask, it's not something where I think, every time we see the president, it's a guy in a mask, but I wouldn't be surprised if that technology was used to deceive the public at some point.
Neither would I. Hey, checking the ride around 285 is our own Alex Williams.
Still watching this crash. They should be clearing it out of the left lane soon, I hope. 285 northbound, the inner loop south Atlanta Road, exit 16. You're on the brakes back toward Hollowell Parkway. Elsewhere on the inner loop into Cobb County, 285 eastbound, bunching up mostly in the right lanes. Right around Peachtree Boulevard, Buford Highway, a lot of traffic trying to hop onto 85 north, but you'll still stay slow as you head southbound through Tucker into Clarkston, breaking free around Memorial Drive. Elsewhere, 285 east and northbound into Cobb County, a few brake lights, especially between Flat Shoals and I-20. I-20 trying to ramp onto I-20, the East Freeway. What's the story through downtown Atlanta, Andrew Seco?
Southbound starting all the way back into Brookhaven, 400 proper feeling the pinch already. We're slow all the way down towards I-20 northbound. You're slow out of East Point starting Lingford Parkway. On and off that brake pedal up towards Freedom Parkway. This sport's sponsored by Extreme Experience. Give Dad the ultimate driving experience in a Ferrari, Lamborghini, or Porsche on a real racetrack. Extreme Experience hits Atlanta Motorsports Park July 10th through 13th. Save 25% for Father's Day. ExtremeExperience.com. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
When traffic
No
hits,
traffic getting through in either direction.
the Triple Team Traffic Center has you covered.
Even the bridge over 75 is being held.
Your source for Atlanta's traffic out of Spaghetti Junction along 285 westbound and a crash on Peachtree Boulevard 141 southbound before 285.
Brought to you by the Cool Ray Lifetime Parts and Labor Warranty.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Is your old garage door a real clunker? Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is paying cash for your clunkers now. They'll haul away your old garage door and give you instant credit towards the new insulated doors. $200 for the first garage door and $100 for each additional door. Get $200 cash for your old entry door too. It's cashed for clunkers now at Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Convenient, free in-home estimates. Schedule online at overheaddooratlanta.com or call 404-USA Door.
From house hunting to boxing up your entire life, moving is hectic. That's why when my family and I moved, we chose Scana Energy as our natural gas provider. Their dependable customer service and great options made things really easy for Mama Bear and me. Now, if only they could help me find where the Cubs put the packing tape. Oh. For a limited time, receive a $60 bill credit when you sign up. Call 1-877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/mover60 for details. Limited time offer. Additional terms and conditions apply.
At Shane Company, we love a spring engagement, but you might be wondering, how do I find the perfect engagement ring? As a trusted family jeweler since 1929, we get asked this a lot. We have a wide selection of ring settings, like vintage designs with romantic details, floral settings inspired by nature, and classic styles with clean lines and sleek metals. Dreaming of the most beautiful diamond you've ever seen? At Shane Company, we handpick only the sparkliest center stones in all shapes and sizes, from oval to round to marquise, and more. We have gorgeous natural and lab-grown diamonds at competitive prices, in-store, ready to compare side by side. Drawn to certain colors? We're known for our rainbow of vivid natural sapphires, including shades of blue, straight out of a fairy tale, handpicked by our owner, Tom Shane. At Shane Company, we have the best free lifetime warranty that includes the center stone, plus resizing, repairs, and cleanings for life. Visit us at shaneco.com or in store. No appointment necessary. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
So, here's a thought. What if selling your house meant you didn't just get paid once, but twice? Sounds nice, right? That's exactly what Orchard does. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler, and I'm telling you, this is different. Orchard gives you cash up front from your current home, so you can go ahead and buy your next one now. No stress, no where are we going to live in the meantime drama. And while you're moving in, getting cozy, arguing over where the couch goes, Orchard is busy getting your old place ready to sell. They handle the cleanup, the fix-ups, the showings, even upgrades that can raise the price. And here's the kicker. When it sells for more, which happens a lot, you get that extra money too. So yeah, first payday comes when you buy, second one comes when your old place sells. Not bad, right? Want to check it out? Just head to orchard.com. That's orchard.com and get a free home valuation. No pressure, just a smarter, easier way to move. That's Orchard.
A company that has been trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years has already done their hometown homework, like having the very best people, fair, honest pricing, exceptional customer service, and a focus on high-quality work. That's us. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Sometimes new isn't better, like out-of-town home improvement companies invading Atlanta with their inflated pricing and subpar work. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.com.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate all the hassle this summer. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. My friends at Mark Spain Real Estate can sell your home with the strongest all-cash offer in the industry and help you move on your timeline. With over 67,000 satisfied clients, you can trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast and for maximum profit. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
One different thing for me is when I'm sitting in Eric's chair, I'm looking directly at the TV most of the show. I don't normally do that when I'm sitting in my normal seat. But I keep looking up and I see that they interview senators all day long. Doesn't matter what party they belong to. They all look like ghouls.
Maybe it's the color settings on the TV.
No, it has nothing to do with it. They
Maybe
look
it's that
like
they're all older than dirt.
Yeah, they are. But I do like the one from Louisiana because I like his homespun delivery.
Good old
You sound like a character from the Disney Robin Hood.
Yes. Well, now, Robin Hood, we need to go with Little John and get...
Yeah, the taxes. Collect the taxes. He's
Well,
the
we need-
rooster from that movie.
Yes, we need tariffs. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Well, they call me a slob, but I do my job.
Yeah, I love that movie. All right, Jared. Or not Jared. You're not the conspiracy guy.
No, I'm the conspiracy influencer. George
Yes,
Clark is the
Thank
he
you.
runs the conspiracy news
Okay.
desk, though.
Are we ready?
Mhm.
Online conspiracies say Starlink is being shoved on your iPhone with iOS 18.3.
What does that mean?
Shoved?
Yeah.
So aggressive.
This latest
Take
iOS
it.
update 18.3.
Yes.
It allows T-Mobile users to do a beta program where they can use Starlink, which gives them the connectivity of a satellite phone.
All
you
right,
can
I'm down
be
with
out
that.
in the
Is that
middle of nowhere?
Why is that a bad thing?
Well, people, just because Elon's such a bad guy trying to save us money. And
so this is a
working
liberal
with Trump.
conspiracy. Is it true or is it not?
So you do need the update to use this new T-Mobile feature, but it's not. If you don't have T-Mobile, you're not getting Starlink shoved onto your phone.
I don't want Starlink tracking me. I'm all right with every app I have tracking me, but I don't want Starlink tracking me.
It's incredible, too. For some of these apps that actually list or allow you to see all the different companies that are tracking you. Like, I just recently downloaded a music festival that I'm going to in a couple weeks.
The whole festival?
Their app, right? Their app, and it said you can either reject all or accept all, or go through and select the list. It was over 60 different third-party providers and it was anything from Google, Amazon, to all these other companies that I never heard of.
I just say no all the time.
That's why I rejected all. But even then, when I clicked that, I was like, I bet they're still finding some way to get this information.
I'm sure they are.
But I mean, to have that many people wanting my data on something as simple as a music festival and I'm going to go see.
Well, they want to know what you're drinking there. They want to know what you're buying to eat there. They
Right.
want to know what kind of clothing you're
They
staying.
probably want to see figure out what artists I'm focusing on. Am I going more towards a rock crowd or more towards
It could also track your movements too, like how
Yeah.
long did he wait here? How long was he there? What was the typical movements of a crowd so that we can plan better?
How long was he in
next
the
year?
tent with that girl that needed a free ticket?
What did you spend
Aw,
on drugs?
She just wanted a ticket.
Yeah, how much you're spending on drugs? You know you can get that cheaper at another tent.
But
yeah, so people are pissed off because they think that Elon's being forced into their phone, but it's not quite that. It's just a new T-Mobile feature that's unlocked with the iOS update.
Well, Elon
Don't
isn't
worry
you
if you
too.
hate Elon.
So in that iPhone, it was.
A lot of people are comparing it to that. Yeah.
Yeah,
where
but
U2
I
was
still-
forced onto the iTunes.
I don't use Apple Music or whatever it's called now. It used to be called iTunes. But anytime I open that app, the first thing I see is that horrible U2 album that I gave one listen to, and then I could not.
You
I would
loved it.
delete it. No, I didn't like it. I would delete that album, and then I'd go back, and it would be there again.
Yeah, and sometimes you'd get in the car and just start playing
Yes.
automatically when the Bluetooth starts. Ugh,
Yeah.
It's a crap album, too.
All right. Well, I don't think this is a conspiracy. I think it's just it's going to be there, and if you have T-Mobile and you want to use it, go ahead and use it.
Conspiracy debunked. How about that?
Wow.
Let's rebunk it. Alex Williams says there are I-20 delays through the work zone in DeKalb.
Yes, sir. That is correct, Tim. I-20 eastbound starting to fill in just east of I-285 as you come off that collector distributor ramp from I-285, and then you're bunched up trying to make your way out to Lithonia through that work zone. Luckily, no lanes blocked now. On the West Freeway, I-20 westbound, you're seeing a few brake lights starting right around Holmes Drive as you try to make your way out into Lithia Springs, and a few eastbound delays at 20 eastbound leaving Thornton Road, trying to get over to Fulton Industrial Boulevard. How are we looking on the south side, Andrew Seco?
A little bit of volume north and south I-75. You're seeing the brake lights anywhere you're trying to go. We're stretched from Locust Grove just north of Bill Gardner Parkway up towards Jotico Road outside McDonough, exit number 222. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage on any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
It is heating up outdoors and summer fun is just getting started. And you know what? I bet it'll get warmer before it gets cooler. And you know the best part about about hot weather is walking into a cool, comfortable house. Dave Baker here for Coolray Heating and Cooling, Plumbing and Electrical. Don't let AC problems ruin your summer. Let Coolray tune up your air conditioner now. Ooh, are you thinking about a new, more efficient HVAC system? Coolray is offering up to $2,250 in rebates and free installation with the purchase of a complete home carrier system. And don't forget, Coolray is your one-stop shop when it comes to plumbing and electrical service too. Brightbox Electrical and Mr. Plumber are both Coolray companies, so they've got all your electrical, plumbing, and HVAC needs covered. Ready to stay cool for the summer? Visit Coolray.com to book your appointment today. It's easy. No phone calls, no waiting on hold. Book the time and day that works best for you. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Wall cracks, window stuck, could be a foundation problem. Mark Beckham with Atlanta Ramjack, and our estimators are thoroughly trained to get you the proper evaluation for your home. Schedule your free assessment with the foundation repair experts at atlantaramjack.com.
For many of you, it's happening. Your hair's thinning, your crown's disappearing, and maybe hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. Well, I got good news. It's Advanced Hair's incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts regrowing your own natural hair the very next day, and it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's Mark Aaron back with you. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what about regrowing your hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to their world-class physicians, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, and I've seen their results, friends. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 470-660-HAIR. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
When it comes to your home, quality is crucial. Trust the Plus. Painting Plus. The Plus means siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and of course, painting.
Hi, I'm Charlie, owner of Painting Plus and the Plus family of businesses. Quality comes first. We have the most experienced exterior craftsmen in the industry.
If your home's exterior has it, the Plus can improve it. Painting Plus. Siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more. Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
Treated unfairly by the police? George Stein, the DUI lawyer, can help. GeorgeStein.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio, news sponsored by Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Our top local story: new developments in the fatal shooting of a Roswell police officer earlier this year. The suspect appears in court today.
Appearing before Fulton County Superior Court Judge Eric Dunaway, Edward Espinoza enters a plea of not guilty on allegations that he shot 24-year-old Roswell police officer Jeremy Labonte multiple times at a plaza on Market Boulevard in February. He's charged with murder, felony murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and possession of a weapon during the commission of a felony. Labonte was responding to a suspicious person call outside Ace Pickleball Club when he approached Espinoza and was shot and killed. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
Now 87 degrees in Atlanta. Rain chances return tomorrow. Will this trend continue the rest of the week? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. New this half hour, a former Walton County Sheriff's deputy is facing charges after he's accused of assaulting 3 women in Cobb County.
According to authorities, former Deputy Alex Ross was upset about what he heard surrounding his post certification. So much so, he started swinging off on 2 Georgia peace officers and a civilian post employee. Austell Police Lieutenant Tim Allen tells Channel 2 Action News.
He had been there at Georgia Peace Officer Standard and Training Council inquiring about his post certification. Wasn't happy apparently with something that was told, so he punched one of the staff members, which happens to be a certified police officer.
Ross is now facing numerous felony charges. Michelle Wright, 95.5 WSB.
Nearly 40 years after committing the crime, a convicted rapist in DeKalb County is sentenced to 2 life terms plus 20 years. 58-year-old Reginald Colwell kidnapped and raped a woman in her Stone Mountain apartment in 1988. Decades after the attack, Sexual assault kit testing led investigators to Colwell. Atlanta Public Schools' new budget includes job cuts.
In the budget that was approved by Atlanta Board of Education members, 135 jobs are being cut from central office, saving some $25 million. APS Chief Financial Officer Lisa Bracken.
Employee benefits is the single largest cost driver for FY26, with more than $26 million in increased benefit cost.
And she says the district is eliminating what it calls redundancies in an effort to address the district's financial needs. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
One person is under arrest, and a South Fulton police officer is taken to Grady Hospital for evaluation after a multi-vehicle crash at the intersection of Camp Creek Parkway and Old Fairburn Road. South Fulton police say one of the drivers was arrested at the scene. Stone Mountain's mayor wants to clear her name after she's accused of making changes to the city's bank account.
Mayor Beverly Jones says she was doing her job when she was called by a Truist Bank official to remove former employees of the city from Stone Mountain's bank account.
What kind of mayor would I be if I stood by and let someone go in the bank and write a check on us? I'd be knowing that this could have happened.
Jones says it was not her doing that resulted in the removal of 2 current employees from the account. Saying she feared litigation, Jones would not answer any questions about what occurred. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
A Fulton County judge sets a trial date today in the deadly Atlanta spa shootings. Defendant Robert Aaron Long will go to trial September 8th. He's pleaded not guilty to the shootings in Atlanta in 2021, even though he pleaded guilty to similar charges in Cherokee County. The shooting spree left 8 people dead. Family members of the man charged in the fire attack on Israeli hostage supporters in Colorado are arrested by ICE today. The White House says the wife and 5 children of Mohammed Solomon are in custody. They're being processed for expedited removal and could be deported as early as tonight. Solomon is here illegally from Egypt. He faces federal and state charges after at least 12 people were hurt in Sunday's attack. You're seeing more ads everywhere else, so why not at the movies?
Well, it won't make a lot of people happy. AMC, the nation's biggest movie theater chain, has agreed to run even more commercials in theaters before a movie starts, and that begins on July 1st. There's even what they call a platinum spot. That's an ad that shows on the screen just before the start of the feature presentation. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
It's now 5:34. This news sponsored by John Foy and Associates. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
New travel advisory into Fairburn, I-85 southbound before you get to Highway 74, Sonoya Road, exit 61. Got a crash taking out 2 left lanes, and the delays are already very heavy back to Flat Shoals, exit 66. Go ahead and jump over toward Highway 29 west of I-85. You can use that as an alternate. Elsewhere on this south side, 75 southbound, moderate volume from 675 down into McDonough. With northbound, you're on the brakes leaving Locust Grove up to Highway 2081. We got a few new trouble spots on I-75 in Cobb County, Andrew Seco.
Right in the heart of Marietta, Alex got a stalled vehicle in a center lane 75 south at the North Loop, exit 265, North Marietta Parkway, backdoor all the way back into Kennesaw towards Barrett Parkway, and just inside the perimeter right before you hit 285, going to be dodging a stalled pickup truck in the right lane, 75 northbound at Cumberland Boulevard, exit 258. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies for this evening, though still hazy. Sunset around 8:45. Temperatures will be in the low 80s at that time, cooling into the mid-60s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy, watching for rain showers to arrive from the southeast. Tomorrow's high is 84. Thursday, partly cloudy, high 85. Friday, partly cloudy with pop-up showers and thunderstorms, high 88. Scattered rain showers and thunderstorms on Saturday with a high of 86.
88 in Decatur, 86 in Stockbridge, 85 in Cumming. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
If you've been in a wreck, trust the strong arm, John Foy and Associates. Hey, it's Smiler Mark McKay. I personally recommend John Foy since I've had the pleasure of personally getting to know him. We've been to a Braves game together, had lunch, and what I've taken away from each of our visits is respect. Respect for how much he cares and wants to help people. John Foy's compassion is what I appreciate. Trust isn't a given, it's earned, and John Foy has earned my trust. I recommend John Foy and Associates at johnfoy.com.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. With thousands of 5-star reviews, you can trust us to bring happiness home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Someone calls you to lay your bike down? Get the very best. SteelHorseLaw.com.
I've been forecasting sunshine for you for 40 years. Hi, it's meteorologist Glenn Burns, and now I'm excited with the sunshine inside my home. It's bigger and brighter thanks to my Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows from North Georgia Replacement Windows. They're not big and bulky like vinyl composite windows. Fiberglass is stronger with narrower frames that brighten your home with more daylight and bigger views.
Infinity from Marvin, replacement windows, yeah!
Hey, get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and sell your home for maximum value, and that's without the stress of listing your home on the market. Hey, Sean Hannity here. You know, trying to sell your home can be overwhelming. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can skip the entire hassle, get an all-cash offer, and close within days. That means no showings, no open houses, and the best part, no stress. Just go to markspain.com and find out what your guaranteed offer will be, and then you can start packing.
I guess we have some more conspiracies and whatnot from Mr. George Clark. He's not a conspiracy influencer like Jared Yamamoto.
Oh, no. Listen, I can't man the conspiracy news desk, or excuse me,
Pilot.
I can't pilot the conspiracy news desk. I don't want to make Autumn upset about that by saying man or manned.
Thank you.
But I can influence, though.
Well, don't worry about her. She's just a woman.
Hey.
All right, our next conspiracy, Louisiana Republicans, this is from the Gambit, who you can tell is really into conspiracy theories. Louisiana Republicans pass bill banning chemtrails, which are not a real thing. That's in the headline. And so Louisiana legislator has passed a new bill to outlaw chemtrails, a made-up and very fake thing that conspiracy theorists and other assorted fringe people believe in, as this article tells me.
You know, when I was a kid, I used to lay in the grass. When you're a kid, you could do that. No one would bother you. I don't know about today.
You can lay in the grass. You just have an iPad now.
Yeah, well, there you have fire ants everywhere, so I wouldn't do that down here. But anyway, I would lay and watch the planes go by and watch their contrails, but they would disappear.
Yes.
And now you get up in the morning, and it's a bright, sunny day, and you look out, and there's like 15 of these crisscrossing each other, and it's just all fanned out. So are they real or are they not real?
I think they're real, and I do think that there's a difference between chemtrails and contrails. Contrails disappear after the plane goes away. Chemtrails seem to linger in the air, and
so what are they spraying over us?
Pattern.
They're trying to make us docile, George.
Happy spray.
Some people, like this Michael Fessy, Big Mike in Louisiana, thinks that it's for weather control. Other people think that it's to seed chemicals to either calm people or rile them up.
But it doesn't seem to work if their goal is to calm people, and people are more on edge today than they ever have been. So maybe it's the opposite of that. But what the weather control thing, I think, might be real. What is it supposed to do? Block the sun?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't do a good job of blocking it. I still see the sun.
No, it's chemicals that are put out that affect the weather, which are real things.
Okay. Oh, so you're on the side.
No, I don't.
The
no,
queen
I don't
of
think
the
that.
desk.
I don't think that commercial airliners are putting that out, which is what people are talking.
You know what? You don't think United's just spewing some out?
Yeah, they're like press the button.
So, but what does RFK say?
So
you had mentioned
RFK,
that.
yeah, he, at the beginning of the last month in May, he was on a Dr. Phil special conversation.
Tell me
thing,
what's going on with the airplane.
Well, he got a question from the audience. So,
my biggest concern is the stratospheric aerosol injections that are continuously peppered on us every day. Bromium, aluminum, strontium.
Well, she knows.
It's sprayed in our skies all day long. And I know you've talked to Dane Wigington about this. He seems to be one of the experts in the field.
He's good.
But
Is
I
there a question?
Yes.
Yeah,
How do we
hurry
stop
up.
it?
Oh, shoot.
That is not happening in my agency. You know, we don't do that. It's done, we think, by DARPA. And a lot of it now is coming out of the jet fuel.
Yes,
so,
sir.
you know, those materials are put in jet fuel.
You got a question?
I'm going to do everything
Wrap it up.
in my power to stop it.
All right, you
bring on
dingbat.
somebody who's going to think only about that. Find out who's doing it and holding them accountable.
All right, thank you, Raspy.
So we could get a chemtrail cop that gets to the bottom of this problem. Gets the
Look, I don't believe in any of that crap, but whatever keeps him out of my face, he can go work on. I don't care. Maha.
You just want him to stop bothering you about the Diet Coke?
Well, I wish he'd get off my back, really. I'm going to drink. Look, I'm
Well, look,
80.
you'd have that. You heard what I brought up earlier, and experts say, right? Like there is.
I got great gut health. I have the best gut health.
Sparkling green tea.
But nobody's drinking that crap.
But sparkling green tea.
People
or-
buy that stuff and go, look, I got sparkling green tea, and then they sip it, and internally they're like terrorized. Their brain is on fire, but they're going to drink it anyway. So you see them drinking it.
Well, you get that, and then what about a little kombucha? How about a kombucha button?
I
in the
don't
White
even
House?
know what that is.
Kombucha. It's like a little probiotic. Like it's.
Nah, I take a pill.
Well, you could do that, but you could also have your own little.
I have a philosophy, Jared. Why drink it when you could take a pill?
A couple of years ago,
Water pill. I take a water pill.
Mr. President, a couple of years ago, it was very popular, especially amongst young women.
Yeah, the hipsters.
To grow their own kombucha in their house. You could literally have some growing inside the White House.
So I'm going to teach you today on TikTok how to make your own kombucha. First of all, you cut up a bunch of crap and then you put it in a jar, and then you put a thing in it, and then you wait.
you let it get real gross.
Right, and then
And then you drink it, and it's good for you.
It's so delicious. I'm drinking kombucha, and I have good gut health.
My now sister-in-law.
You have a question?
Wrap
it up, Jared.
My now sister-in-law grew that in Tina's apartment, and oh my gosh, I remember going into her laundry room. I'm like, what is this thing? It looked like something from Stranger Things. How disgusting it was.
Yeah, it's not disgusting. It's just how things are made. We're just not used to seeing it, honestly. I mean,
It was
depending
gross.
on yes, but so is vinegar when you make it for real. Vinegar's gross.
How do you
Apple
make-
cider vinegar is gross. if
I
you make
do a
it at
shot
home.
of apple cider vinegar every once in a while. It's good for you.
It is, but that's what I'm saying. If you had to make it at home, it is gross. There's like, the mother. There's like that floating.
It's always nagging you.
She's like,
Put on your underwear.
Who's not wearing underwear? I don't know.
change your underwear. What did they used to say? Make sure you got clean underwear.
Yeah, yellow in front, brown in the back. Hey.
So the chemtrails are happening, and this Louisiana guy, Big Mike, is on the case, as
Big
is
Mike.
RFK Jr.
Yeah, well, it's not us. It's DARPA. You have a question? I just love
he
that.
was
That
like, wrap it up,
Yep.
dummy.
I love Dr. What is it, Dr.
Dr. Phil.
I almost said
Dr.
I love
Phil.
Dr. Joe, who I do love.
Dr. Joe on tomorrow.
You got a question?
We'll
We have
ask
to talk
about
to him about Diet Coke.
and
We gotta
chemtrails.
redo that
Yeah,
story for him.
save that story for tomorrow. We don't chemtrails. He's not going to know anything about. Well, they got the bromide in there. And they got the blah, blah, blah. Do you have time? You have one more. We only have like a minute. So.
They're trying to clone me. Jamie Foxx admits to almost believing some of the wild internet conspiracies about his health scare. From clone accusations to false setups, Jamie Foxx explains how the internet conspiracies about 2023 health scare made him flip. Yeah, so a lot of people, they were speculating Jamie Foxx kind of disappeared from
That was a
the
weird.
spotlight.
But he was sick. I mean, he
Yeah.
had legitimate health problems.
Right.
Yeah.
But
And
I mean,
I think it's more weird that we were like, where did he go? Like, he's allowed to be his own person by
He's
himself.
my Electro.
No. See, not when you're a public figure. When you're a public figure, we deserve to have a camera inside the hospital bed
Yeah.
with him to let us
I
know
want
exactly.
a camera up in your guts.
I want to know what's going on with Jamie Foxx more than I want to know anything.
Yeah, so he had a near fatal stroke and a brain bleed, and he was all.
He was in a hospital in Atlanta.
Yeah,
he
for
was
a
all
while.
drugged out on OxyContin, Dilatin, and morphine, and so he was drugged up, and he was reading this stuff on the internet, and he's like, "Oh my God, are they trying to clone me? What's going on in this
'cause
hospital?"
he was drugged.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that happens to all of us.
Dilaudid?
No, he didn't say Dilaudid. It's something else.
Okay.
That's not 1860.
were
Doctor, I'm
leeching him?
suffering from mighty bad pain. Here's some Dilaudid.
So here's a quote. When they said I was a clone, that made me flip. I'm sitting in the hospital bed like these guys are trying to clone me. Doesn't say guys, but
Well, they were spraying chemtrails over the hospital, and that was what made him hallucinate DARPA.
That makes a lot of sense there, RFK.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense there. Okay, well, so basically the drugs caused him to feel like he was being cloned
Yeah,
in the moment.
yeah.
I think that's the consensus there. It was weird though, because for the longest time, like we were left in the dark about that story. Like not even TMZ and the main entertainment news sources out there had nothing about it. People Magazine had nothing about what his condition was. And
I need to know right now, damn it.
Yeah, he's allowed to have a private moment of illness.
Some people, their lives depend on knowing how their favorite celebrities are doing, Autumn, and I think it's
And
important.
that's
for us
me.
to
I'm one
know.
of those celebrities.
He did. He added a little humor. He said, "If they are going to clone me, make me white. I'll sell better overseas."
There is a big jam on I-85 going into Fairburn, says Alex Williams.
Yeah, all due to this travel advisory, widely scattered crash in 2 left lanes, 85 southbound before Highway 74, Sonoya Road, exit 61. Almost already slow back to I-285. That means jumping over using Highway 29 as an alternate. Long-standing crash still in the left lane, cones out, 285 northbound, the inner loop, South Atlanta Road, exit 16. You're slow as you leave Hollowell Parkway. It's a rough ride into downtown. 400 hits the brakes at Lenox Road. 75 southbound, stacked impact from West Paces Ferry. No relief till you get down past North Avenue. Northbound delays Langford Parkway up into Midtown. We still got a few trouble spots along I-75 in Cobb County, Andrew Seco.
Already seen brake lights back into Kennesaw with this first one, Alex. 75 southbound, stalled vehicle in a center lane approaching North Marietta Parkway. That's exit 265. The back door towards Chastain Road, exit number 271. And heading outside the perimeter right there at 285. Got a stalled pickup truck causing some delays. The brake lights back towards Moores Mill Road. We're on 75 northbound at Cumberland Boulevard, exit number 258. From the Corey Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
It pays to have the WSB radio app. Download it today and get ready for the Blitz.
Oh my God.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. 5 chances a day to win $5,000.
It's a Blitz.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
Your next chance to win is tomorrow morning at 8.
Oh, that's cool.
From 95.5 WSB.
Download the WSB radio app now.
Is your old garage door a real clunker? Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is paying cash for your clunkers now. They'll haul away your old garage door and give you instant credit towards the new insulated doors. $200 for the first garage door and $100 for each additional door. Get $200 cash for your old entry door too. It's cashed for clunkers now at Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Convenient, free, in-home estimates. Schedule online at overheaddooratlanta.com or call 404 USA Door.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 62225, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Trust is not just a word, it's an experience. When your home needs service, you can trust TE certified electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling. It's Chris Chandler. TE is the company I trust to fix any problem once and for all. Their 5-star customer experience means easy online scheduling, friendly technicians, and a lifetime workmanship warranty, so I can just sit back and relax.
TE certified, we love your home.
Hope. It's more than a word. It's a breakthrough in the making. At City of Hope, we're pushing the boundaries of science, targeting cancer at the molecular level, with teams of experts working together to personalize a treatment plan right down to your DNA with unprecedented speed, making every second count, with appointments in as little as 24 hours. City of Hope, advancing cancer care at life-saving speed. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
If I said to focus your energy, where would you start? Let's say you run a business, a school campus, a hospital, or a government facility. Finding ways to save can be overwhelming, but Georgia Power has energy efficiency tips and rebates to help. Things like improving lighting with LEDs, making HVAC upgrades, adding building controls, and more. Look, you've got a business to run and numbers to hit. Georgia Power can help you focus your energy where it matters most. Learn more at georgiapower.com/biz.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. If you're over 50 and tired of your wireless bill getting higher and higher, there are 4 things to consider. 1, how much data are you really using? As we get older, we use less data on our wireless phone, but you're probably still paying for an unlimited plan that was designed for 20-somethings. 2, if you see "Get a phone on us," get your sneakers out and run the other way. No one is giving you a free phone. You are paying for that phone over time with an overpriced rate plan and a long-term commitment. 3, check the fine print on that $15 a month plan. It's probably an intro price that'll double or triple later. You might even have to pay for several months of service up front. Number 4, be aware of cable company wireless plans. Most of your usage will be on Wi-Fi instead of 5G, and your calls and battery life could suffer. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide service without the big wireless bill. Our plans start at just $20 a month.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
What are we doing here, Jared Yamamoto?
Oh, I got to blow the dust out this. Hold on.
Our favorite packages, only on the Von Hessler Doctrine.
Oh, what were you unable to find the agreed upon sounder? Because that doesn't seem to be the one that Eric would have liked.
I can't remember if it's this one or if it's this one.
Oh man, they're both terrible.
I like that one better because you can barely tell that they're saying anything.
Oh, Jared used AI to create those. That's why they're so
No,
bad.
actually, the first one is not AI. The first one, the person in the newsroom, I will say, I will give this clue to the die-hard Von Hessler Doctrine fans, is a digital producer for WSP, but that's all that I'll
Who, Ann?
I don't know. It could be Ann. Could be.
Well, it sounded like a female voice, so was it Ann?
Yeah. You are correct. It is a female
It wasn't
voice.
a
Why are you being so
reporter. Yeah, you don't have to be
secretive
so cagey about it.
Well, it's
For everybody that knows, if you know, you know.
she's digital about but we don't know her name.
I just want to make sure that people, remain anonymous.
She would hate to have her name mentioned on the radio.
Yeah, all the diehard Ann heads are going nuts right now.
Right.
What is
But
Mark calls it? What does Mark call her? Mark Aram.
Sweet Ann.
Sweet Ann. Yeah. See, we're not being diminutive.
But here's
or
the deal, though.
reductive.
You guys are wrong. It's not Ann on there. It's actually another digital reporter that is female. I'll play it again for you. See if you can see.
Our favorite packages,
Shelley Winter.
only on the Von Hessler Doctrine.
It's Clark.
Nailed it.
All right, so we're doing packages.
It's me, Belinda. Packaging.
You know what? Just for that, Autumn, I want to make sure that you get this package because this is important to you.
A new study of more than 47,000 female nurses finds a link between drinking coffee and healthy aging. Scientists at Harvard say women between the ages of 45 and 60 who drank about 2.5 cups a day had up to 5% greater odds of living past 70, being free from major chronic diseases and having no troubles with physical function, mental health, cognition, or memory. They point to antioxidants in coffee that may enhance brain function, increase alertness, boost mood, and help with weight management. Still, the researchers say the benefits are mild compared to the impact of an overall healthy lifestyle. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Thank you, Deborah.
I love her voice.
Thank you, Deborah Rodriguez.
Deborah
Yes,
Rodriguez. You got to be a little more
I am
breathy.
not 46.
What?
I think she said that it was like between 46 and 50, whatever. Like people who take or drinking coffee. Isn't that the age group?
You don't drink coffee, do you?
Yes, I do drink coffee every morning, and then medicinal caffeine in the afternoon.
What is medicinal caffeine?
Medicinal is I ain't gonna make it to the evening if I don't have enough
I
caffeine
get it. Oh,
in
yeah.
the system. So it's usually like a little baby bowl or it's a coffee.
Or like a Four Loko.
Yeah.
Nope.
Hey,
It's not in the two things that I just said.
We have more packages on the other side.
Oh, we have a lot of packages.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Drink
Okay.
your coffee, Autumn. Drink your coffee.
Let's give some stuff away. We have pair of tickets to see Chris DiStefano. I said it right today. When on Thursday, October 23rd at the Tabernacle, be caller number 10 to 404-872-0750. You'll get yourself a pair of tickets to see comedian Chris DiStefano. Tickets on sale right now at livenation.com. And there's double trouble on I-75 in Cobb County, says Alex Williams.
Yeah, first one's going to be outbound. If you're leaving Midtown Northwest Atlanta, you're going to slow in 75 north, really starting around West Paces Ferry up to the stall in the second right lane at Cumberland Boulevard, exit 258. Then 75 southbound really jammed up starting in Kennesaw from Barrett Parkway down to a stalled truck in the center lane at North Marietta Parkway. Also in Cobb, left lane crash still there. 285 northbound the Interloop, South Atlanta Road, exit 16. Big trouble on the south side of town, Andrew Seco.
Those delays all the way back to 285. Alex got a really tough one on her hands. Crash in the left lanes, 85 south at Sonoya Road, exit number 61. Several miles of delays here. Avoid the area. Take Highway 29. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
That's you, looking at your garage door. And you're wondering, if it gets windy, just how much can this door take? 20 miles an hour? 30 miles an hour? Sure, if we get a little wind, your buddy says if you back the car up against it just right, you can probably save it. But what's your clever plan the next time we get a storm with a name? At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Storm-rated doors are built to withstand heavy winds, even if your building codes aren't there yet. It's like the door to the safe that protects your whole house. Stronger materials, heavy-duty motors and springs to handle the weight, and reinforced struts to keep it from bowing out in the wind. How do I know it won't bow? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll make sure you're prepared the next time a storm with a name comes sailing across the Gulf of Mo.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
When it's time to replace your windows, make sure you have options and get to choose the energy-efficient window that is right for your home, your style, and your budget. Dave Baker here for the only window company I recommend, Nelson Exteriors. With Nelson, you're in charge. Choose from many top-rated window manufacturers like Anderson and MI, all backed by Nelson's worry-free lifetime labor warranty. For your replacement windows, pick the company that's more picky than you. Google Nelson Exteriors.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
So you're losing your hair and you need a simple solution that works, but you want the best. It's Mark Aram here. Modern technology, top-rated physicians. You want something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair's completely redefined hair restoration, from the experience itself to the unmatched results they produce. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, address them all with a simple one-day treatment in a calm, relaxed environment with experienced pros. Advanced Hair has performed tens of thousands of breakthrough advanced FUE treatments, and get this, your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day. No one else in Atlanta can offer the advanced FUE found at Advanced Hair. Fix your hair loss today, starting with your free consultation, and you'll also get $500 off if you move forward. Call 470-660-HAIR. Refine your hairline with the team that's redefined hair restoration. And don't forget to ask about that Advanced Hair Guarantee, 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
For many women in our community, support for our physical and mental health feels out of reach.
When your workday is long.
And your budget is tight.
And your village is busy.
And the road between home and help is a 6-lane highway with no crosswalk.
Northside Hospital believes women deserve better.
Northside is rolling up our sleeves and getting to work.
We got your house call.
Heard.
Learn more at northside.com/heard.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top local story, a teenager is dead after a hit and run in Newton County. And at this hour, deputies are searching for the driver who fled the scene.
Highway 36 near Hummingbird Lane, south of Covington, is where the 15-year-old boy was crossing on foot at night when he was struck and killed by a driver who just kept going. Sheriff's Communication Director Caitlin Jett says the the impact caused the driver to leave a key clue.
I cannot speculate about the bodywork at this time. All we do know is that the vehicle was pearl white in color.
You're asked to call the Newton County Sheriff's Office if you see a pearl white vehicle with damage. Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
86 degrees in Atlanta. When does the chance of rain return? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A wild police chase in North Metro today ends with a crash on Peachtree Industrial Boulevard at I-285 in Doraville. 3 juveniles are now under arrest. Police say it started when they stole a car used in a drive-by shooting in DeKalb County. They were later spotted by police in Brookhaven trying to break into another car. That's when police gave chase through multiple jurisdictions in North DeKalb and Gwinnett counties. The juveniles were arrested after crashing. The long arm of the law catches up with an Albany man in a cold case rape dating back nearly 40 years in DeKalb County.
His social media presence is peaceful, even mundane. Photos of a day fishing, a new haircut, a home-cooked meal. But DNA reveals a horrific secret lurking behind that life. Now, 58-year-old Reginald Colwell is sentenced to 2 life terms plus 20 years consecutive for kidnapping and raping a DeKalb County woman in 1988. The 20-year-old had just locked her apartment door on the way out when a ski-masked man put a knife to her throat and forced her into the woods off Weatherly Drive. Decades later, sexual assault kit testing led investigators to Colwell. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
A 14-year-old boy is in trouble for making online threats directed towards students and staff at Alcovy High School in Covington. The Newton County Sheriff's Office says the threat was made yesterday, even though the school's been out since last month. The teen is charged with making terroristic threats and acts. The case goes to juvenile court. The Barrow County School Board faces questions tonight about money for school resource officers.
In the aftermath of the Appalachia High School shooting, county officials allocated money to pay for additional resource officers. But county funding for these positions runs out this month. The county says money from the general fund cannot be used for this purpose due to tax exemptions for senior citizens. The school system is asking for an adjustment to the millage rate to free up money to continue to pay for the additional officers. If an agreement is not reached starting July 1st, the school system may be forced to reduce the number of resource officers from 25 to 12. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
The man accused of shooting and killing a Roswell police officer earlier this year enters a plea of not guilty in Fulton County Superior Court today. Edward Espinoza faces 4 charges, including felony murder and aggravated assault in the death of Officer Jeremy Labonte. He was responding to a suspicious person call outside of Ace Pickleball Club in February when he was shot multiple times. Espinoza was arrested shortly after the shooting. Atlanta Motor Speedway has a new name.
The Henry County track has been the site of racing since the 1960s, and now the facility has a fresh coat of paint and a new partnership with Echo Park Automotive.
We now have gone to another level.
General Manager Brandon Hutchison says this change secures the track's future.
When you've been here since 1960, sometimes you need a little bit of a facelift, so it gives us the opportunity to continue to increase the fan experience.
The naming rights contract runs until 2032. At Echo Park Speedway, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
A new candidate enters Georgia's race for governor. State Rep Derek Jackson joins 3 other Democrats who have previously announced their running. That list includes former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms. Jackson is a U.S. Navy veteran who was elected to the State House in 2016. He currently represents a district in South Metro Atlanta. It is now 6:04, and the Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Travel advisory continues leaving the airport on the south side. I-85 southbound crash in 2 left lanes before Highway 74, Sonoya Road, exit 61 there in Fairburn. Continue to use Highway 29 as an alternate. In Cobb County, stall in the second right lane. No help with it yet. 75 northbound, Cumberland Boulevard, exit number 258. You stacked up as you make your way up through northwest Atlanta. Then southbound in Cobb County, stalled truck still in a center lane. This is in Marietta. 75 southbound, North Marietta Parkway, exit 265. Slow back into Kennesaw. And don't forget in Roswell, Azalea Drive shut down between Willio Road and South Atlanta Street, Highway 9 due to down tree and power lines. Use Marietta Highway, Highway 120. How's the ride around 285, Andrew Seco?
As we circle the city, still watching that trouble spot. 285 right at South Atlanta Road, exit 16, left lane being coned off. Hero on scene, got some delays either direction, taking you from Smyrna Vinings down to I-20. And as you leave Sandy Springs through Doraville, 285 eastbound, the inner loop on and off that brake pedal. From Beaufort Highway down towards the Stone Mountain Freeway, exit number 39. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemade, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies for this evening.
evening, though still hazy. Sunset around 8:45. Temperatures will be in the low 80s at that time, cooling into the mid-60s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy, watching for rain showers to arrive from the southeast. Tomorrow's high is 84. Thursday, partly cloudy, high 85. Friday, partly cloudy with pop-up showers and thunderstorms, high 88. Scattered rain showers and thunderstorms on Saturday with a high of 86.
85 in Beaufort, 83 in Emerson, 82 in Peachtree City. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Well, what do you know? Hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now with congratulations to Arquisha Spellman, who picked up a pair of tickets to see Chris DiFestano. Or, no, I said it wrong again. Whatever. DiStefano.
DeStefano.
I have a hard time sometimes.
It is difficult. It's got a tongue twister in the middle of it. And I struggle with it as well too. It's a difficult
as well too.
Yes. Also, I lost the thing.
Stefano.
Oh, here it is. Thursday, October 23rd at the Tabernacle. And don't worry if you didn't win. We'll have more later this week. And you can get yours on sale now at livenation.com. Do we have more packages, Joe?
Oh, we sure do. I see Autumn's got her coffee in hand, so I'm glad I was able to influence her.
Medicinal coffee.
And wanted to help you. And yesterday, we brought this story up where apparently kissing is dangerous. Well, that means the package people have gotten involved in it too. This was based off the Iranian study that suggested that kissing may be more dangerous than you think.
This may be true.
A kiss is still a kiss.
But a new study from Iran finds kissing can lead to depression and anxiety. Researchers there claim those two conditions can trigger the release of the stress hormone cortisol, which can in turn disrupt the delicate balance of bacteria in your mouth. They say their study of 268 newlywed couples found that when one spouse had poor mental health and trouble sleeping, the healthy partner developed similar, milder symptoms after 6 months. Kissing in public in Iran is punishable by up to 74 lashes. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Only
that
74?
has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, no wonder. Yeah, don't kiss me, please. I don't want to get lashed.
I liked yesterday, like, no kissing.
No kissing or you get the lash.
But even a young married couple, they're talking about honeymooners in this case. Honeymooners.
Well, you better go to a different country for your honeymoon if you don't want to get
and
lashed.
also go to a different country for this study because it also it depends. I don't know if their culture does.
Oh, I don't know. I'm starting to feel anxiety. Oh, my cortisol level.
I am excited. I know it'll be 3 days straight, but we definitely need to bring it up with Dr. Joe tomorrow because the cortisol levels. Maybe there is some truth to that. Maybe there is some
There isn't.
medical research. Well,
you know what will raise your cortisol levels? The threat of lashes.
Yes.
For real. If you've been told your entire life that you could get hurt for kissing someone, and now all of a sudden, nope, go ahead, feel free.
Well, that was a great package.
Well, we will
Are
get
all the packages Deborah Rodriguez?
a lot of them are Deborah Rodriguez. Deborah she's been the package gal for the last couple of days.
Prolific packager.
Well, this next package is based off of a viral trend on TikTok. Apparently, we have been opening bananas incorrectly for our entire lives, guys. I know, Autumn, you've probably seen it. This is all over TikTok now. It's gone viral.
Okay, guys, so we've been opening bananas the wrong way.
And this is a big deal. This is information that we all need.
Oh my God.
News we can use, as the great Herman Cain used to say.
We don't pick it up and peel it like a primate. Instead, we use a knife and fork.
Britain's leading etiquette expert, William Hanson's getting lots of attention for his Instagram how-to on how to eat a banana.
First, going from one end, cut it off, then cut off the other end, turning your knife on its side, then score down the skin, peel back, and eat like so.
Too much
Video's
work.
gone viral, not because fruit lovers want to ape his do's and don'ts. One calls him preposterous. Another accuses him of offending the entire world's population. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Thank you, Deborah.
Some people can't afford a knife and a fork to properly open their banana, so like Philistines, they rip it open and eat it like a monkey.
William,
Yes.
God put a handle on the top of the banana that peels it right off.
Yes, it's the perfect packaged fruit. We don't need to use cutlery. You just use your hand.
You just put some grapes
And you
on your...
especially don't want to be a man eating a banana in a certain way.
Oh, people
because how
might think.
embarrassing.
Yes,
You don't want to insult the queen.
You break it off and pop it in your mouth.
You also conserve, by the way, he says later on in the video that you can once you've cut the banana properly, you can put some grapes on the plate as well too.
What does that have to do with
So that way it looks more appetizing.
You know, after you're done with something, you could do something else.
You know what yeah, definitely. You know what I do with the banana? I split it in half. I put peanut butter in the middle, put it back together, and eat that. It's really yummy. Peanut butter and banana go together very well.
Well, maybe you need to go viral on TikTok like this guy. You know,
Okay,
he
guys,
knows-
so this is how I open a banana. I peel it like you're supposed to because I'm normal, and then I take a butter knife and cut it in half, which I know is weird, but listen, hear me out. Trust the process.
That's a lot.
I know it is. Thank you, President Trump. And then I take out chunky Jif because I only like Jif peanut butter, and I put a layer of that in between the 2 slices of banana, and then I make a little banana sandwich with peanut butter, and I eat it that way. It's so yummy.
There you
Whoa,
go.
that's crazy. Did
See?
you see her video?
See, there are
Wow.
all kinds of ways to eat foods that you never thought of, and
I peel it with my feet.
Because you have that ability. You have.
And it's the original way. It's the monkey's way.
Yes, monkeys don't eat bananas, do they? It's apes. I don't know. Do they
Monkeys
really
will eat a banana?
Whoever,
They'll
yeah,
eat
they'll-
anything.
George,
Yeah.
look that up. Dude, I think both eat
Wow.
bananas.
Jamie, look that up. Wow.
While we look that up, I do have more packages, guys.
Oh, thank
This
God.
is a big deal, especially in the tanning world. So there's always a new trend every single year, and this is the latest trend to get tan on the beach.
Maybe those cows are mooing because they can't believe people are using beef tallow for sunscreen made from yummy rendered beef fat. Good idea. Someone on social media posted a picture of a billboard from a brand called Primally Pure, poison-free SPF, with text reading, "The sun isn't poison, but your sunscreen is." Well, nearly everyone had jokes. "For skin as healthy as a McDonald's French fry," read one comment. But one dermatologist says, look, it's misinformation that's keeping you from using your sunscreen. Just wear it. Allison Keys, CBS News.
Thank you, Allison.
There are tons and tons of chemicals in sunscreen.
There are.
Yes.
And I think, what do you, like the zinc cream? Remember you used to see like on Baywatch, whatever, they had that white stuff on their nose. Isn't that zinc cream? Won't
Yeah,
that
that's
work?
just zinc.
Oh, that won't work to protect you from the harmful
No, I
rays?
think it does work. But I don't know. I really don't know anything about sunscreen except I hear like the Korean brands are really good.
Yeah, I mean, if it's made here,
I don't know why. I
odds
don't
are
know
it's
anything
just
about
let's
it.
dump some chemicals into this and have people rubbing on them.
I know with Tina being Greek, anytime she goes to Greece, there's this special kind of sunscreen that they have there.
Goat
that,
tallow.
I don't know what it is, but it gets
Made
you
of cucumber, olive oil,
and goat tallow.
It gets you super tan though. I've used it before, and it is remarkable. It's not allowed here in the States. Whatever material.
Because we don't like Americans using our goat tallow,
It must be.
cucumber, mint, yogurt rub.
Whatever ingredients are in
straight tzatziki sauce.
Kebab, yes, tzatziki sauce.
Whatever ingredients are in that Greek sunscreen, it is magical.
And
If
it's
you wanna
also
get tan-
non-toxic. You can lick off all that delicious dill.
You probably could, but but this beef tallow thing, like, I mean, I feel like ever since
Wouldn't that
RFK
deep fry you?
I think that's what it is. It has to be, right? People used to put baby oil on.
Right. And
yeah,
it
and that
cooks
was just
you.
frying you up.
Yeah, and you know the women that did that in the 70s, they all look like Sharpays now.
I think beef tallow has just gained a lot of popularity this year because of RFK Jr. talking about
the French fries cooked in beef tallow taste like McDonald's in the 70s as opposed to now when they use hydrogenated vegetable oil.
I had not heard of the term beef tallow for probably 3 years until
You heard it
RFK
when you were a kid?
3 years ago. I was not a kid.
Oh, I thought you said 30 years.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
It had been a long time since I had heard that term, but now because of RFK Jr. being involved in the Department of Health, he's really been pushing it, and now, of course, it's jumping over into the sunscreen world. Which,
When I worked at McDonald's in high school, this is how I knew I knew about beef tallow then. There was a giant box, a cardboard box. You open it up, and then inside the box is this shortening or fat or whatever, a big white cube. And you put that in, after you clean the fryer, you put that in there, and you have to remember to close the valve, unlike I did one time, or it'll go everywhere.
Oh.
And it was beef. And then while I was working there, they changed it to whatever they use now or something like that. And there was a slight difference in the taste, but they were much better when they were cooked in beef tallow, and probably better for you.
Probably better. But this, again, just jumping on the trends here. This is what I love about the packages here. The packages help keep you informed on the trends. So you can make sure that you learn how to eat a banana correctly. You know that if you go on the beach and put some beef tallow on, that there are some risks to doing it. And you've learned that coffee is good for most women in their mid-40s. You can't say you didn't learn
Especially
something.
Autumn, who's almost 50.
Hey.
Aren't you? You said you. Oh yeah, you're on the other side of 45.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days.
Oh yeah, that's right. Her birthday is June 10th.
Oh.
Let's see how long it takes through this. Don't say it now. This is Tuesday. Eric will be back. Let's see how long it takes him to remember that it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Think you will?
I don't think you will.
I think you will. Hey, better news on I-85 in Fairburn, says Alex Williams.
That is right, Tim. They've cleared that crash to the right shoulder, 85 southbound, approaching Highway 74, Sonoya Road, exit 61. Now it's all about that recovery mode, 85 south, leaving I-285. So just stick with it. Those delays will get better. Hero units just pulled up to this stall on 75 northbound in Cobb County at Cumberland Boulevard, exit 258. Hopefully we'll push that off to the right from the second right lane. That's what's adding to the volume as you make your way out of northwest Atlanta. And we still got this stall in the center lane in Marietta, 75 southbound, North Marietta Parkway, exit 265. Delays almost back to Chastain Road. We found new trouble on I-85 in Gwinnett County, Andrew Seco.
Watching a stalled truck just sit there in the left lane here. Just arrived on scene, but we do have those brake lights. 85 southbound. We're at Indian Trail Road, exit number 101. Backdoor taking you all the way back to 316. That's exit number 106. This word sponsored by the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. The 2025 FIFA Club World Cup is coming to Atlanta. Get ready for a global soccer showdown at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Don't just watch history, be there. Get tickets at FIFA.com/tickets. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
When you need to know.
This story is developing in Atlanta.
When you want to know.
Severe weather is on its way.
When you have to know.
We'll alert you as soon as this closure clears.
Get notifications
from your source for news.
Get the WSB radio app.
Download it from your app store today.
Just a word of wisdom from your friend Mark Aram. A damaged roof doesn't always lead to an entire roof replacement project. As a full-service Atlanta roofing company, my friends at Dr. Roof offer comprehensive roof repairs that will lengthen the lifespan of your existing roof and ensure that it will continue to protect your home as it should. It's storm season. Get peace of mind from my friends at Dr. Roof. They've been in business for over 35 years, and Dr. Roof offers up to a 5-year warranty on roof repairs. Get all the info online at drroof.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
If your basement is showing any problem signs, condensation, wet floors and walls, musty smells, mold, or rot, AquaGuard Foundation Solutions can help before it's too late. Visit aquaguard.net and sign up for a free inspection. Remember, AquaGuard.
Is thinning hair or receding hairline making you self-conscious? Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start looking and feeling your best with Hair Grow by New Nordic. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS.
All right, Autumn, I thought we were going to pivot here and do something else, but Jared says we have 2 packages we absolutely have to hear.
We absolutely have to hear these packages. I can't remember. You have not watched White Lotus yet, have you?
No, I have not.
Okay, so only Tim and I have watched it, because George, you have not watched it yet.
I have not watched it, but I know everything that happens.
Okay, all right, so I'll save the White Lotus package for a second. The first one is a big deal here. We might have to get George Stein on this one.
A 334-pound man is suing Disney World for $50,000 in damages after he was injured on a water slide that didn't support his weight. It's unclear if Eugene Strickland was warned or aware he was 30 pounds over the limit on the downhill Double Dipper at Blizzard Beach. Almost 4 years later, he claims he's still struggling with catastrophic injuries after he lost control of his inner tube and got thrown from the ride, landing on a hard plastic surface. No comment so far from Disney. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
It's not funny.
It is not funny. I thought of a lot of jokes. I'm not gonna do.
It's very serious, you guys.
Yeah,
You're right. Very serious.
Maybe find out, knowing that you might be possibly a little too big for the ride. Maybe ask.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't legally put a scale there. Because that would embarrass
And how
too many.
awkward is it for that teenager that's running that ride?
How awkward for what?
You must be
How-
Go ahead, Hub.
Sorry, how awkward is it for that teenager that's operating that ride to be like, sir, you might be too big for this ride.
At least with the roller coaster, they just can't click it, and they've got to tell you to get off. That one you got to stop.
You need a bigger belt.
Yeah, you already have the poor teenage worker that tells you, okay, you must be this height, right? Or they're going to have this weight next. And so you have a scale and
Well, I'm
a
sure
certain
that
height.
there is a weight, right? But it's you're leaving it up to some 17-year-old to determine whether this person is going to be injured or not on this ride. Like George said, there's no seatbelt that would help judge that you're too big.
Yeah, you want do yourself a favor if you're interested in this kind of thing. There's a documentary about this place that was in New Jersey called Action Park.
It's a great documentary.
Yes, you used to see commercials for it growing up where I grew up because it was always on WPIX, which was New York station. This place was the most dangerous amusement park in history. They didn't have any safety protocols. Everybody working there was stoned. You would go down it wasn't a water slide. It was something you'd like lay on the thing with rollers and just go flying out into the water.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
and they weren't like properly engineered or anything.
Right,
So
no, the guy
you
just
would
made
just
'em up.
fly off of it if you were a certain weight.
I always wanted to go
if
there.
you're too light, probably.
I always say, Mom, I want to go to Action Park. She goes, no, we'll go to Wildwood, New Jersey, where there's an actual amusement park where it's safe. I said, no, I want to go do that dangerous stuff.
That's wild. I wonder how they got away with having such dangerous rides at their
It was
park.
the 70s.
It was the 70s, yeah.
So when did the waiver era really start? Like when you signed a
Probably
waiver?
late 80s.
Okay. Because obviously too many of these places started getting sued.
Yeah.
Once people got hurt, and all it took was probably one or two significant settlements.
Back in my day, we went on roller coasters that didn't have bars across your lap.
That's right. You had to hold on for dear life.
If you went
we liked it.
Yep. If you went upside down and fell off, that was your fault.
That's right. Hold on better, dummy.
Buyer beware.
They do feel a lot safer now. I'm not going to ever go on a roller coaster again, I don't think. But
No, why not?
well, I'm too old. I don't know.
What are you talking about? Roller coaster's easy. You get strapped in.
Whatever. I
You've
don't like
got
waiting
Six
in line.
Flags.
I'm very Eric about amusement parks these
You
days.
think
But
Gil will grow up to enjoy that kind of stuff?
I don't know. They'll probably all be virtual by then. But the first time I ever went on one, I thought I'll never go on it again because it was a rickety old wooden one. Have you ever been on one of those?
I have. The Georgia Scream Machine.
Oh, they have one at.
We do at Six Flags.
I
We
didn't know that.
had the Georgia Cyclone too, which the Cyclone was kind of it was the exact same concept except it was all wrapped around in one very small part of the. I guess it had a smaller footprint than the actual Scream Machine, but
Well,
I thought it was fine.
Back to the package. I think that it's sort of on the customer to know their limits, and maybe you're not really built for that kind of thing. It's nice that they had an inner tube that could accommodate this person.
Yeah, that's true. They probably sat on the inner tube.
Yes, I'm trying to be delicate about this because it's not funny that somebody got hurt, and it's not funny that some people have difficulties, but you really have to know that it's not going to work. And he got hurt, and I don't know.
It almost feels like this would be a good one for George Stein because
well,
it's not
personal
exactly
responsibility.
it's not exactly like the doctrine of clean hands, right? Where like you did nothing wrong and you're truly a victim. It's like you didn't do anything wrong, but also isn't there some onus on you to sort of gauge what event you should be a part of or not?
I
based
think
on
so.
your size?
That's where I stand on it. I feel like if I'm uncomfortable with something or I look at something, it's up to me to use my instincts and say, hey, I shouldn't do that. Gotta have those spidey senses kick in a little bit. Plus, if you know that you're, in this gentleman's case, he's overweight, there's probably other instances in his life where he's probably had to not be able to do something because of his weight.
Well,
Maybe if he said, am I safe to ride this ride? And they were like, yeah, go for it. And then he got hurt.
He's got a case.
Okay.
You might catch air, dude.
Yeah, safe at any side.
And our last,
I thought it was funny. Whatever.
Our last package, guys. We got to make sure we get this in here. This is
we absolutely have to.
White Lotus Parker Posey here.
Fans fell in love with Victoria Ratliff, a wealthy North Carolina wife and mother on The White Lotus Season 3.
I thought I was going to have a grand mal seizure. You want to live in Taiwan? Piper, no.
At the Gotham Awards, 56-year-old actress Parker Posey gave all the credit for her portrayal to the show's director.
Thank you, Mike White, for writing this character for me, for believing in a middle-aged woman.
Posey also thanked the internet world for plastering her best lines across social media. She was honored with the Gotham's Legend tribute. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Look at
New
that.
York.
Aw,
Piper nice.
Pepper, nice.
That's my favorite season, I think.
Oh, mine was season 2, hands down. Season 2, 1. Season 3.
Always have to be obstinate, don't you?
Always. See, season 3, I liked season 3.
Yeah.
All of them are good.
Yeah.
But season 3, I felt like the reveal at the end was
I
not
like
as
season
good.
4. I've seen it. Other
Yeah.
people haven't seen it yet. Hey, it's still
I
a
like
slow...
whatever season you're not talking about.
Yeah, season 7, which is in the future, but I have a time machine. Hey, it's still a slow ride through downtown, says Alex Williams.
Yeah, I think we have some trouble, Tim. 7585 northbound up around Peachtree, Pine Street, exit number 249B, and it's kept the ride very slow back to Highway 166, Langford Parkway. Southbound delays continue out of Buckhead, and 75 south out of Northwest Atlanta, but starts to get a little bit better on the connector southbound once you get past North Avenue, but you're still going to encounter some delays. Some good news, bad news on I-75 in Cobb County, Andrew Seco.
The good news are stalled just inside the perimeter, 75 north of Cumberland Boulevard. That has cleared off to the shoulder. Delays starting to thin out, leaving the heart of Midtown. Bad news, we're still blocked off heading southbound. That truck is still in the center lane. Officials just arrived on scene. 75 southbound North Marietta Parkway. Those delays all the way back into Kennesaw. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage on any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
The perfect match for your next roof is Fenley Roofing. Fenley has already helped over 65,000 Georgia families and has over 2,000 5-star reviews. So you'll be sure you get your roof done right. Learn more at FinleyRoofing.com.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate the hassle this summer. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home and skip the hassle of constant cleaning and costly repairs. There's no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Our guaranteed offer keeps you in control. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
And 62225. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
In St. Pete, Clearwater, you can chill by the crystal clear Gulf.
And stroll downtown St. Pete's galleries and murals.
And hang with the locals on the Skyway Fishing Pier.
And escape to secluded white sand beaches.
Secluded, huh?
Yeah, and they're spectacular.
And then grab a sandwich at the Grouper Capital of the World.
And maybe a nightcap at a rooftop bar with sunset views.
Okay, just a short drive away, you'll find just what you're looking for.
And then some.
Book your summer getaway at visitspc.com.
Protect your turf from termites. Call Breda Pest Management. They handle bugs and critters. And Breda's proud to sponsor Scott Slade, Georgia, every Thursday on Atlanta's Morning News.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
With thousands of 5-star reviews, it's no wonder CertaPro Painters is Greater Atlanta's most preferred painting company. Hear from one of their happy customers.
We wanted to add some color to our walls, so we hired CertaPro. We had built-in shelves that were supposed to be ready to paint when they got there, which they were not. CertaPro spent hours caulking and sanding to make sure the job was done right. It's rare to find a crew with integrity who really take pride in their work.
When choosing a painting professional, choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB. Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by the Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top local story: a former sheriff's deputy finds himself on the other side of the law in Cobb County.
Alex Ross was a deputy in Walton County until he resigned in 2022. Something brought him to the Georgia Peace Officer Standards and Training Council office in Austell Monday, and police say he became upset about some information he received, and that's when the screams began.
We heard someone yelling, "Help, help, help."
Lieutenant Tim Allen tells Channel 2 Action News that's when Ross starts swinging on the women who were there to help him, punching one and trying to grab the gun of another.
One of the police officers had a fractured bone in her face from the punch.
The women are physically okay. Ross is facing numerous charges. Michelle Wright, 95.5 WSB.
86 degrees in Atlanta. Will there be a rainy trend the rest of the week? Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. The man accused of shooting and killing a Roswell police officer pleads not guilty.
Edward Espinoza appears before Fulton County Superior Court Judge Eric Dunaway to enter the plea on 4 charges: murder, felony murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. He's accused of shooting 24-year-old Roswell police officer Jeremy Labonte multiple times in February at a plaza on Market Boulevard, leading to Labonte's death. Labonte was responding to a suspicious person call when that shooting happened. The case soon will move to the discovery phase. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
Job cuts at a major Atlanta school district.
Atlanta Public Schools' fiscal year 2026 budget is approved by the board, and it calls for more than 100 job cuts. The district's chief financial officer, Lisa Bracken.
The budget mirrors the overarching theme, which is to get back to basics. Being disciplined in our decisions and our spending, and focusing on the long-term sustainability of the district.
She says the 135 jobs to be cut from central office will save some $25 million. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
A 15-year-old boy is dead after a hit and run in Newton County. Investigators say the boy was hit while walking on Highway 36 late last night. When deputies arrived, they found him dead in the road. Evidence located at the scene indicates the suspect's vehicle is pearl white. A Hall County work release inmate is captured after a chase ends in South Carolina. 39-year-old Daniel Jesse Bell of Brazelton stole a motorcycle from a co-worker and removed his ankle monitor. Bell was spotted in Stevens County and was chased into Oconee County, South Carolina, where he crashed the motorcycle. Bell and 2 deputies were injured in the chase. He's now in custody. Bell was serving time for fleeing and eluding, reckless driving, and DUI. He's now facing additional charges for escape in Hall County. Stone Mountain Mayor Beverly Jones says she did nothing wrong and was just doing her job when she asked Truist Bank to remove former employees of the city from the city's bank account.
My purpose and my sole purpose was going there was to take them off the signature card.
She says she did not remove current employees and does not know who did. Some council members believe she may have abused her authority as mayor. Family members of the man charged in the fire attack on Israeli hostage supporters in Colorado are arrested by ICE. The White House says the wife and 5 children of Mohammed Solomon are in custody. They're being processed for expedited removal and could be deported as early as tonight. Solomon is here illegally from Egypt. He faces federal and state charges after at least 12 people were hurt in Sunday's attack. The sheriff who responded to last year's tragic shooting at Appalachia High School is named Georgia's Sheriff of the Year. Barrow County Sheriff Judd Smith is selected for the award from the Georgia Sheriff's Association. The Barrow County Sheriff's Office says Smith has unmatched dedication to the county and is focused on ensuring the safety and well-being of every citizen and visitor. It is now 6:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins now with Alex Williams.
Long-standing crash on the west side inner loop still there. It's in the left lane, 75 northbound at South Atlanta Road, exit 16. You're slow back toward I-20. Southbound delays improving, though, out of Smyrna Vinings, trying to get down to that West Freeway. Heading to the Braves game, 285 westbound, a little slow in Sandy Springs, leaving Georgia 400, but gets better the closer you get to I-75. And better news in Marietta, stalled truck finally moved all to the right, 75 southbound North Marietta Parkway. That'll help the ride leaving Kennesaw. And I think we got some better news on I-85 in Gwinnett County, Andrew Seco.
Long-awaited better news. Our stalled truck is off to the right shoulder. All lanes back open. 85 south approaching Indian Trail Road, exit 101. We do still have those brake lights. They'll take a couple minutes to thin out. You will get caught in those as you hit Highway 316, exit number 106. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies for this evening, though still hazy. Sunset around 8:45. Temperatures will be in the low 80s at that time, cooling into the mid-60s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy, watching for rain showers to arrive from the southeast. Tomorrow's high is 84. Thursday, partly cloudy, high 85. Friday, partly cloudy with pop-up showers and thunderstorms, high 88. Scattered rain showers and thunderstorms on Saturday with a high of 86.
Right now it's 82 in Dunwoody, 86 in Midtown Atlanta, and it's 85 in Noonan. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Window Nation customers have been singing our praises for years. With fast, local service and an industry-leading 96% customer satisfaction rating, it's no wonder.
I researched window companies for the last year to see what the average prices were and the quality of work. Window Nation nailed both.
Right now, get 4 windows free with every 4 you buy, plus no interest for 2 years. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Schedule a free estimate now. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com. That's 866-90NATION.
Don't let a DUI conviction cost you your career. Get the DUI lawyer, GeorgeStein.com.
EMC Security.
Meet EMC Security's hero of the home.
After some break-ins in my neighborhood, it got me thinking about my family's security. A friend recommended EMC Security, so I called them. Now I have peace of mind that my family is safe without having to sign a long-term contract.
Way to go, Sarah. Be the hero of your home with no contracts, fast and reliable monitoring, and rates as low as $16.95.
EMC Security. Smart protection for a safer tomorrow.
Hey folks, it's Belinda. What you have planned this weekend? How about visiting the Lakewood 400 Antiques Market in Cumming, Friday through Sunday this weekend? Grab your spouse or your friends and go on a treasure hunt with over 500 booths. Everything you can imagine, from jewelry, collectibles, sports memorabilia, antiques, furniture, handcrafts, and toys. Every aisle and row is a different adventure. Come on out this weekend to the Lakewood 400 Antiques Market, 1321 Atlanta Highway in Cumming. Visit LakewoodAntiques.com.
Boy, this gum, this underbrush remineralizing gum, not revitalizing, but it does revitalize your teeth. All the holes I have in my molars are filled already.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
what an amazing
now
product.
I can eat nuts again. I still eat nuts. I just, what the cool thing about having holes in your teeth is that you can eat nuts and then later in the day go, oh, a little piece of nut. Look at that. Yeah, see? Let's do this.
It's time for Doctrine Extra.
Intensity.
That is intense. We haven't heard that in a while.
No, we haven't used Doctrine Extra in a long time.
So what do we have?
Basically, so for those that are playing along at home, Doctrine Extra is a collection of the stories from all the different segments that we just could not miss today.
Okay, so it's sort of like overflow. You're picking it up off the floor.
Exactly. The things that we could not miss. It's not that we forgot about them, it's that we couldn't miss them.
Well, they're scraps, really. They're leftovers. You should just call it leftovers.
Just call it the leftovers. AI could devastate Earth's population down to the size of the United Kingdom by 2300, experts say.
What do they say again?
They're saying that AI could devastate Earth's population down to the size of the United Kingdom by 2300.
Okay, how?
Yeah, what?
Because, again, AI is taking away so many jobs, and it's taking away so many of the reasons for us to keep growing families and stuff. AI is going to be...
Oh, so people won't have kids.
Exactly.
If you can't have a job, you can't have a kid. Well, I don't think that'll be everybody.
Well, that hasn't stopped very many, many people from having kids.
Usually people without jobs have more kids than people who do.
Yeah, have you seen Idiocracy?
Yes.
It's true. It's true.
That turned out to be a documentary.
Actually, kind of.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
They're expecting the current population of the world is about 8 billion people, that we would have 100 million people left by the year 2300.
2300? Oh, I'm not
2300.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Well, unless there's some kind of, in the next couple years, next 20 years, there might be some kind of drug that allows you to live.
Who would
much
take
longer.
that? Why would you? If you weren't a billionaire, why would you take that drug?
Well, maybe you have the means.
I want to work at Dollar General for 300 more years, then I'll retire.
Hey, you can live for the weekend that way.
If your body gets older and older and decrepit, that wouldn't be worth anything. However, if you were able to, I don't know, upload your brain into a computer and be conscious of it, and then fly or do whatever you want to do, I might be down for that when I'm in my 70s.
That could be a fun thing to do.
Yeah, as long as there's power, and it's like the Matrix where they're using, people to fuel everything.
Yeah.
Where are they getting those people?
Well, you saw the Matrix. They're born.
Yeah, you weren't really there, right? You were just,
No,
like,
your
plugged
body
in.
was there, but your body was being used to power the machines.
That's right.
The good thing that we can confirm here from this article here is that computers or robots, according to the author here, says that they will never be conscious, but they will literally be doing all that we do because most of us and what we do in our lives can be replaced. So any job that we do is replaceable.
It's really difficult to replace motherhood. That's the hardest job there is.
No, talk to Elon. He's got surrogates and things going already.
Well, they're the ones doing all the work, so yeah, you can tell I'm joking because all the women that have had Elon's offspring, they're doing everything. All he's doing is sending money. I
Think
Venmoed
about,
you
like,
$1 million.
Standing around with his kids, rolling his head back and forth.
Don't bother me now, X. I'm on X. He's talking to X while he's on X on X.
Ooh.
Launching SpaceX.
Triple X. Quadruple X.
Yes.
I don't know. I think that's alarmist, perhaps.
Yeah, it is.
And
I mean,
also, we made a big deal about this new Google video thing. You look into it.
That VO thing?
Yeah,
VO3 or
you're going to pay, it's over $200 a month to use. I don't think you can upload your own images and stuff and manipulate stuff like that. But you only get 8-second clips.
Oh, that's it? Really?
Yeah, for that kind of money.
That's,
For now.
Yeah, I know, but there's a Chinese one that I use. It's a web-based one, and it's $19 a month if you want to pay for it and subscribe, and you get 6-second clips. So $260 for an 8-second clip, or $12 for.
Are they as realistic?
Oh, they look fine. They look
wow.
great. Yeah,
I know, but those extra 2 seconds make a big difference.
Yeah.
So
My
you're-
middle finger's as long as my arm. I mean, it is going to get better, and probably the technology that they have available takes so much computing power to get it done.
Which kind of leads directly into the next story
I
here.
want to hear this one. This
So
Meta.
Meta has
another reason to hate them on them.
Meta has signed a 20-year agreement with Constellation Energy that will allow it to purchase nuclear power supplied by the Clinton Clean Energy Center in Southern Illinois to help fuel its AI ambitions.
So kind of put that in easy to understand terms. What is Meta doing? They're going to lease this. So they're going to get the power from what?
It's a multi-decade nuclear energy deal to power their AI center.
So there's a nuclear power plant there. They're going to put a data center there, and that's how they're going to do everything.
Oh, so this is going to be like a dedicated power source.
Essentially, yes.
And is this something that will take away from the people who are needing the power now, or will it?
No, I don't think so. Not
no,
if
it's
nuclear.
it's just suggesting that as we keep
Because this power plant already exists, right?
Correct.
So isn't it being used by the community to power their lives?
But again, it's nuclear power, so it's not like, oh, we don't have enough coal. It's it's just generating power all the time. I don't think it'd be much of a drain on the power plant.
I think the big thing to take away from this is that we talked about for a while how AI was going to use a lot of power, and then there was in China they came up with I can't remember if it was ChatGPT that they came up with a comparable product. DeepSeek, that's right, and they came up with a comparable product, and they were able to use significantly less power. Well, Meta is saying by signing this 20-year deal that they are expecting the power to be expensive going into the future, which with how quickly AI is getting better and better and better, it says to me that they think that at least in its early stages, as it continues to advance, they're going to need more and more of that power.
Well, you're not going to want to build a data center. They might already be, but in places like Texas, also California, where the grids are constantly strained because it gets so hot and they have to run all the air conditioning and there's millions of stores and everything. They're already consuming so much energy. So like Eric has said multiple times, and they're not even talking about it being against it anymore, there has to be new innovative nuclear power plants to generate all the power that we're going to need for AI. If we're going to have it and we're going to need it and it's going to take over everything, they have to be able to take the power without hurting the people who live in homes that need power.
Right, exactly. And
because I need my TV.
But by signing a 20-year deal is significant though too. Because you're expecting it to be around for a long time.
Well, you're going to have all your friends are going to be AI, and all of our advertisements are going to be AI, and all of our posts are going to be AI, and no humans will be on there anymore. It'll all be AI. And if AI is consuming AI, then we're going to need nuclear power to power that.
We'll have AI friends, right, right, Zuck?
Yes, all 3 friends are going to be AI.
Have you ever signed up for one of those things where you chat with an AI person?
I mean,
just for fun, just to try it out.
Not for fun, but I mean,
like to teach the AI?
No. They have these apps you can download. You have a virtual friend.
Oh, no. I've talked to AI assistants like when you're trying to get customer service.
Oh, yeah. No, but I mean, they have apps now like Zuckerberg's talking about where you can, this is what I did today.
Oh, okay.
They are so dumb and they're not intuitive at all.
So what has it said to you then, Tim? What have you asked it?
Oh, I ask perplexing things, probably things I probably shouldn't say on the air. I just try to mess with them.
Oh, come on, you can make it clean. You're a pro. Well, what have you asked? Come on.
Oh, I said something like, I can't find my underwear. What am I going to do? I need to go out, and I don't have underwear to wear. And the AI said, why don't you stop at the store on the way to work and get underwear? And I said,
Were they supportive at first? Because I always feel like my chat GPT is always really positive at first, where it's like, losing your underwear can be really annoying.
Yeah.
It happens to all of us.
The video didn't do
Would you
that.
like some strategies on how to pinpoint where you left them?
ChatGPT will do that, but what I'm talking about is like this virtual dude going, oh, dude, why don't you go to the store?
Oh, okay, dude.
Well, at least they were trying to offer you some kind of solution. It wasn't stupid, right? Like going to the store is a practical
I
thing
can't clean up some of the other things I've done, and they don't even respond to some of it because I like to troll. I'm like kind of like Greg, but he's actually better at it than I am because he has patience.
Well, after like 3 or 4 prompts, if it's wrong about something, you can finally tell it's like, hey, like you need to update your information, and there needs to be like a word for this, or there needs to be an updated definition for this. I've seen it get things wrong before, and that's the scary thing is that some people take everything that's spit out from AI as if it's real, when in reality there are plenty of things that it computes incorrectly now.
Yeah, and I really started using AI a couple months ago because Google is completely useless if you're searching for something.
It uses its own AI that's really...
Yeah, but their AI is I can't talk about that because you mentioned somebody that's in politics. But you can go to ChatGPT or even Grok for that kind of stuff. But I would search for something, and you don't get it. And sometimes, you search and you expect, okay, I'm going to get that. Yeah, I know. And you're going to click on it, and it's not even the thing that you're looking for. So it just makes me angry. That's why I went to AI. Alex Williams says there is a lingering crash on I-285 in Cobb County.
Yeah, been there quite a while, and the cones are still out, Tim. This is in the left lane, 285 northbound, the inner loop, South Atlanta Road, exit 16. It's causing some brake lights almost back before I-20. We did have a stall, 285 northbound, the inner loop at Langford Parkway that was in a left lane. That has since cleared. The only other slow spot on 285 is the westbound outer loop on the north side of town, leaving Georgia 400, but it starts to improve once you get past Roswell Road there in Sandy Springs. What's it looking like through downtown Atlanta, Andrew Seco?
A lot like a parking lot right now, Alex. The volume still is not dissipated. Northbound, we're jammed out of East Point. Might have something holding you up as we get to Freedom Park. We're going to pour through some jam cams. See what's what over there. Southbound, the jam starts just south of 400 on 85 proper. You're slow all the way down to I-20. This sport's sponsored by Active Pest Control. Enjoy a pest-free home with Active Pest Control's pest-free 365 service. To save $50 off your initial pest service, visit ActivePestControl.com today. From the Cool Lake Area Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Where you get your news is where you win.
Download the WSB app and get ready for the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
Amazing. 5 chances a day to win $5,000.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Are you serious? Your next chance to win is tomorrow morning at 8.
Just enter the word at WSBRadio.com or on the WSB Radio app.
Oh, no.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz
On 95.5 WSB.
When athletes and actors want to be protected and respected, they hire an agent to represent them. If you've been injured in a car wreck, you need representation too. You need the strong arm, John Foy & Associates. It's Smilin' Mark McKay. Injuries are challenging. You need experienced representation that has a winning track record. I'm proud to recommend John Foy & Associates. Thousands of 5-star reviews from satisfied clients tell their story. Get your free case evaluation with zero upfront cost. JohnFoy.com.
Now open at 54 Bullsboro Drive, Home Outlet Noonan. Break up with your big box store and discover a better way to tackle home improvement. Employee-owned Home Outlet delivers the guaranteed lowest prices on a wide selection of quality in-stock kitchens, baths, floors, and more. Take advantage of our free services, including expert kitchen planning and accurate estimates for baths, floors, doors, and windows. Shop in-store or online at homeoutlet.com.
Home Outlet is your home store.
Looking for the perfect restaurant in Midtown Atlanta? Hey, it's Belinda. Saints and Council in Colony Square is my favorite. From sunrise to date night, wake up with fresh, locally inspired breakfast or linger over a laid-back brunch on their beautiful outdoor patio. Planning a night downtown or at the Fox or Symphony Hall? It's just a short stroll away. Saints and Council delivers unforgettable dining every time. Visit Saints and Council to book your table today.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell.
And I'm Monica Pearson. Dale and I have worked together for years, first at WSB, and today helping you find Georgia's best companies and sharing why they're the best.
Monica, one of the first companies I researched and recommended is AMCO Transmissions and Total Car Care. For more than a dozen years, they've consistently met my 7-point standard and honored my Make It Right guarantee. And I know you believe in AMCO just as much as I do.
Dale, over the years, we've both reported about people getting taken advantage of. So I'm keenly aware what it takes to deliver not just great performance, but great customer service. People who follow my advice literally stop me on the street and thank me for referring them to AMCO.
We all need mechanics we can trust for correct diagnosis, efficient repair, and fair price. Not just for transmission repair, but engines, brakes, check engine lights, and so much more. Call the locally owned AMCO near you.
And I know their nationwide warranty protects you everywhere.
That's AA.
MCO.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. If you're over 50 and tired of your wireless bill getting higher and higher, there are 4 things to consider. 1, how much data are you really using? As we get older, we use less data on our wireless phone, but you're probably still paying for an unlimited plan that was designed for 20-somethings. 2, if you see Get a Phone on Us, get your sneakers out and run the other way. No one is giving you a free phone. You are paying for that phone over time with an overpriced rate plan and a long-term commitment. 3, check the fine print on that $15 a month plan. It's probably an intro price that'll double or triple later. You might even have to pay for several months of service up front. Number 4, be aware of cable company wireless plans. Most of your usage will be on Wi-Fi instead of 5G, and your calls and battery life could suffer. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide service without the big wireless bill. Our plans start at just $20 a month.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Hey, it's Scott Slade for FGA Roofing. If your home's exterior could use an updated look, or maybe one of your neighbor's designer roofs has caught your eye, and your current roof has started to show its age, then now's the perfect time to check out FGA Roofing for the latest in architectural shingles, timberland shingles, and more. Slate, tile, wood shake, cedar roofs, FGA has them all. FGA Roofing offers 0% financing for 12 months with your good credit. Get the roof you want now and pay over time. Click firstgaroof.com. That's firstgaroof.com.
All right. We're still doing a little bit of Doctrine Extra here, I believe. Is that what we call it? I forgot already.
Yeah, it is Doctrine Extra.
Okay.
All the stories that we...
The leftovers.
See, you want to call it the leftovers.
Scraps.
I want to make sure that people understand these are the stories that we just couldn't miss.
Okay, we ran out of time earlier and we couldn't do them.
Exactly. We would not leave them on the table because they're just that good. You save the best for last, Tim.
Or you give it to the dog.
Are wheat pennies worth any more? Do you have any valuable pennies?
Any more than what?
Experts say not really. So, because as the penny is getting phased out, there are people that have really, really old pennies. I guess there's one called a wheat penny, which I'm not familiar with.
Oh, you don't know what a wheat penny is?
It has 2 sprigs of wheat on the back of it.
Oh, does it really?
I used to I collect.
She used to collect them.
I think
I'm an old person.
the wheat penny people must have tried to cut you off there. So
and during World War II, there were steel pennies because they were using copper for the war effort.
Really?
So you don't see them really anymore. But when I was growing up, every once in a while you'd get the it would be shiny when they first came out, but they were steel colored.
That's cool. I had no idea that it makes sense that they would go through different iterations of the penny, but.
And every penny before 1982 is worth more than a penny today because they're actually made of copper, and copper has some value while zinc does not.
Right. I mean, even now the pennies that they're making cost 3 cents to make.
Well, they shouldn't because they're light.
Yeah,
I mean, they're so light they should float.
Yeah, it feels like they can float.
Wheat pennies were cool to collect, though. Anytime I got one when I was a kid, I would save it. So and my dad one year gave me this Abe Lincoln. It's a glass Abe Lincoln bank, and you keep pennies in it. So all the pennies that are in it are copper pennies.
Look at that.
Look at you stare at me like you don't give an S.
You know what it is? I just.
But they're only worth it if you're collecting coins, I guess. But they actually have copper in them, so I would say that they are worth more than a modern penny.
As the penny becomes more extinct, think about the $2 bill, right? No, nobody expected the $2 bill probably at the time of it being discontinued to.
I think they were only made for the bicentennial to celebrate Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, is that the only time that they were made?
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
We'd have to check on the history.
No,
of the
actually,
$2
no,
bill.
because I have a couple of them from the '60s that are silver certificates.
Okay, so what I think that over time, this expert, even though they are suggesting that they're not going to be worth something, I think that in maybe 100
Hang on to them. Hold.
100 years or so, maybe hold on to a
Hold.
penny. Hold on to a penny or two. You don't need to hold on to all your pennies.
$2 bills are only fun to troll people with because most modern Americans don't know what they are.
Most modern Americans don't know how to handle cash anymore.
I know. That's also fun.
And we don't take cash anymore. Credit card only.
All right, that music tells us that we have to go. I don't know what that says. I can't read it.
Socials.
Oh. Autumn, it looked like it had 2 Z's at the end.
It does have 2 Z's.
Socials.
Okay. Yeah, that music's telling us that we are out of time and that we have to leave. Shelley Winter is up next. You can follow me at Tim Andrews here on Twitter, at Timstagram here on Instagram if you like, or just Google me and you'll find my other socials.
All mine are at Jared Yamamoto, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook, you name it, at Jared Yamamoto. And Autumn, where are yours?
You have to go to China to find her.
I'm at, you can find me on TikTok, Autopritz, Pritts, also autopritz.com. You can see my trivia page.
Oh, I want to check that out later.
Do it.
All right, we got to get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow.
656 Cool Rate Carrier, WSB 24-hour traffic center. Still jammed up downtown, 75-85 northbound from Langford Parkway up to some kind of trouble, blocking a lane around Peachtree, Pine Street, and holding a couple center lanes in Duluth, 85 southbound before Beaver Ruin Road, exit 102 to try a clear stall. That's causing the jam from Highway 316. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Money Update. From WSB consumer expert Clark Howard. Sponsored by Reliable Heating and Air.
We in Metro Atlanta are in one of the most competitive grocery markets, and we have a 3-horse race now with Publix, Kroger, and Walmart fighting for market share. But wait, that's not all. We're one of the few markets in the United States that has both Lidl and Aldi competing for market share. So, yeah, it really stinks how much groceries have gone up, but you got more of a chance to save money here than most anywhere else.
Summer is almost here, and let's be real, your house looks like it's been hiding under a pile of pollen, doesn't it? Just like mine in that dirty driveway. Ooh, not fooling anybody either. That's why I called Wise Guys Pro Wash. They gave me a quote, showed up the next day, and bam, clean house, sparkling patio, and a deck I actually want to sit on. With more than 2,000 5-star Google reviews, Wise Guys is the only company I trust to get my home summer ready. Mention me, Chris Chandler, and get $70 off your next service. Book now at wiseguysprowash.com.
That's you, looking at your garage door. And you're wondering, if it gets windy, just how much can this door take? 20 miles an hour? 30 miles an hour? Sure, if we get a little wind, your buddy says if you back the car up against it just right, you can probably save it. But what's your clever plan the next time we get a storm with a name? At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Storm-rated doors are built to withstand heavy winds, even if your building codes aren't there yet. It's like the door to the safe that protects your whole house. Stronger materials, heavy-duty motors and springs to handle the weight, and reinforced struts to keep it from bowing out in the wind. How do I know it won't bow? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll make sure you're prepared the next time a storm with a name comes sailing across the Gulf of Mo.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
The big focus in America today is on your health, and more people looking beyond pills and steroids and surgery. Hey, it's Mark.